we'll just do that all day. Talk about Norse religion and Vikings and
Somehow segue
Scandinavia.
back into
We're
Australia.
live, everybody, live on my channel. Woo!
We'll get there sooner or later. We'll
Yeah,
segue to
we'll get to
Aussies.
mix it. We'll get to mixing sooner or later. But yeah, everybody, we were talking about Iceland and Norwegian religions and
native metal.
Norwegian folk music, and
Oh, such good music.
it is.
It really is.
I'll have to check it out.
What's that band you really like?
Uh, Danheim.
Danheim.
I like Heilung.
Heilung's really good, especially their like official videos that they've gone out and done. They're very beautifully made, like the one I sent in chat earlier.
Yeah.
It's
I'd
just
save that bookmark
they're
to watch
phenomenal.
later.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna
very
check that
very
out later.
visual along with being just really primal music.
Yeah, and I think that's why I enjoy it so much.
Gets it down in your gut.
It does.
Like just listening to it stirs emotions. Like I've listened to a couple of their things that are very solemn, and you can feel the sorrow in the music, and it gets to you, and you feel what they're trying to convey in the music. And then the very next track is like a war song, and you can just feel it's not anxiety, but you can almost feel the excitement of battle that they're going into, and you're getting amped. I don't know. I like it.
Does the wife stay away from you for a while after you listen?
She was making fun of me yesterday because I was walking around the house going like, just I need to go break something. I need my shoulder to get better so I can go back to the gym.
Damn.
What'd you do to it?
I had surgery several weeks ago on it.
Oh.
Had a rotator cuff tear.
Oh, wow.
Is a broken wing.
Pretty much.
From pitching?
No, heavy squats.
Oh.
I do. My athleticism was in the gym.
Wow.
How's that Mustang rolling?
Oh, it's I finally got it back.
Oh, from the rap?
No, without going too deep into a lot of detail, my in-laws were borrowing my wife's car for a few weeks so they could transport her dad back and forth to the hospital for cancer treatment. And then because their car broke down, and then going into a lot of it, we ended up buying them a car because they wouldn't be able to on their own, and they needed one badly. So yeah, because of that, everything flowed back to where we both have our cars back, and we got them a 2007 Envoy Denali.
Wow, nice.
130,000 miles.
Wow.
Immaculate interior and exterior. Like the leather in the back seats do not look satin at all. Like the cushions are even stiff.
Wow.
All the options. It's got the tow package. It's the V8, so he can tow his trailer around when he needs to. Everything. The moonroof. They've got an upgraded CD player there that someone else did with a rear view backup. It runs amazing. There's no knocks, no noises, whines. Heat and AC are perfect. Everything works.
Well, that was damn nice of you guys. I mean, what a horrible time to need a vehicle when you're going through cancer treatment.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding.
part of why we did it. I mean, I talked to her about it, and because, if you hold feelings in from your significant other, it does not bode well for your relationship. So I let her know, like, I'm perfectly fine helping in-laws, family, my family, whatever. But I was a little stressed because we are starting to purchase our home, and we're going through a building cycle in about 2 months. And so
Yeah, that's going to be big bucks.
yep, and we've we bought the car for her parents and then this. So like just, it's just that little nervousness and anxiety there that everything will be okay.
Exactly.
But for the time being, when we were doing all this, she could tell that I was upset, but not like at her or her parents or anything, just timing and situation and all of that coming together.
Always that.
Yeah. Well, never a good time to get cancer, right?
I mean, you're not wrong. But good news is everything, like all the tumors and stuff, are shrinking.
Awesome.
So
Nice.
they went extremely aggressive. 5 days of radiation, and on the 5th day, a chemo treatment as well.
Oh, geez.
But it's working, so that's always a plus.
He's
Well,
dried,
you
up
guys
like, he's
earned-
dried up like a raisin at this point, though.
He's feeling it now.
Yeah.
So you two earned your spot in Valhalla.
There you go.
That's
No,
not
I
how you earn a spot in Valhalla, though,
No,
Addy
you have to die in battle.
Oh, all right.
Well, there's a few other ways. Like if you commit a crime and you're sentenced, you accept your sentence with honor, and you don't, no cowardice. You don't run away or anything. You take it like a man, so to speak. And in retrospect to that culture.
So Slash is going to die in a demolition derby. I can see it in my brain.
I don't know.
Hanging out the window with a sledgehammer, trying to wipe somebody
Just-
out, and
Just finish it up. Just
down
finish
he
it up.
goes.
Yeah.
All right. So who else hanging out there with us today?
got a
Aussie
full
Shano. Aussie Shano. He sees Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Deb's here. What's up, Deb?
Uh,
Socrates, the cab driver. Skeet, skeet.
yeah,
Forrest is here. Al Ben, Dana, yay.
no.
Echo
Yo.
Dub. Esco, it's been a little bit. How you doing? Who else rolling around out there? Those two all them folks jumped him early. There's Rawlinson, man.
There's Deb.
Man.
Fee, what's up, Fee?
E.
Scott Shook's here. What's up, Scott? Jeannie Sims.
Fidalgo.
Fidalgo in the house. Amber K. Spark Chaser. DTF's here. What's up, DTF? How you doing, man? Be on his show later tonight.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
There's the
Cool.
meter. What's up, meter?
Here, man.
Bigfoot.
Aloha, Kevin.
Bigfoot's a crazy good mixer. Lord Vapor. What's up, Lord Vapor? Welcome. Hobag. What's up, Hobag? Swaggy Shane. Hi, Swaggy thing. Canadian
Swaggy.
Vapors in the house.
Swaggy
Winston
thing.
Smith.
Yeah.
There's Tommy. Tommy, sorry we ran a little over on your show last night, man.
I mean,
Lumi wouldn't let us leave.
yeah, we was fighting with a crazy woman.
Big J. What's up, Big G? How you doing, brother?
E.
Galaxy Active. What's up, Galaxy?
Let's see.
Kevin K. Alola, my friend. Alola.
Congratulations, Esco.
Zippy.
Smoke free.
Zippy.
Zippy.
The queen of the BG pool / one shots.
Zippy in the house.
Nice, Esco.
What's Esco? Esco's 2 years smoke free.
2-year
Congratulations,
anniversary.
man.
2 weeks ago.
Congratulations, man.
Happy Vaporversary.
Feels good, doesn't it?
I like Vaporversaries because I give myself permission to buy something.
There you
David
go.
Doyle?
David.
Doyle? Ooh, what should I get this year?
Yeah.
I should have reached out and got some opinions from those of you who are more in the know on hardware. I did actually order something recently that's coming
Ooh.
in.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
So I was looking for just dual 21700 and 2700 mods. And I went out and I went with the Dovpo Odin.
Okay.
Oh, you went with the Odin?
Yeah,
Okay.
I went with the Odin DNA because I'm fancy and I like fancy. So I'm hoping that it's pretty good.
I've heard
Well, it
good
gives you-
things.
It gives
I've-
you a nice platform for huge addies. So if you're into huge addies,
Yeah, and then
Throw
of
them
course
on
I
there.
order the OF. What is that? OFRF RTA. I forget what that one's even called, but I really liked the look of it and some of the reviews I'd seen. But yeah,
Awesome.
I got those as because I haven't bought anything new other than this. I went and got the vape, the Lost Vape Quest, the new one, because I enjoy my
Ah.
pod vapes,
uh-huh.
and it's a 1600 milliamp hour, 40 watt
Perfect.
device. So, and it's got its own coils, and then for like $10, you can buy the RBA deck for it. So you can actually build your own coils for the pods.
That's sweet. I love it
Yeah.
when they do that.
So I did that, and I'm gonna play around with the RBA deck this weekend.
What's up, KBK? KBK in the house?
Okay.
I know I saw someone else sneaking in here. Big B Jones in the house.
No, you made a good choice on that Odin.
I hope so. I wanted something that could do any of the 20 series batteries
Mm-hmm.
because I have 4 of them sitting around that I don't use. And then I wanted a dual, that way I could sit there and not have to charge for 2 or 3 days when I'm sitting and vaping at 25 watts, 30 watts.
Does the 2700 fit in this one?
What's
Fresh?
up, sub? Only 21-700s.
Only 21.7. Oh, okay.
And 18-650s. It's got 18-650 sleeves too.
Yeah.
2700s tend to be a little shorter for some reason, although they should be the same height. They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was what was causing me issues, was finding a good dual, because I wasn't looking for squonk or anything, because I have some of those. I was just looking for a straight just mod to throw power.
Just a battery pack.
Yep, because I have a few of our friends' mods that are sitting around 18650, 21700.
Do you use mechs at all, Slasha?
Sorry,
Do you use mechs at all?
not anymore. I fell out of that. I did enjoy my stupid dangerous one that I used to play around with. I had the Omega
Noisy
Stack.
cricket?
No, the Omega Stack 26650.
Oh, Lord.
So yeah,
Stacked.
yeah,
Like a
Stack
flashlight.
26.
Your wizard staff.
It
Yeah.
was we called it the
remember that
lightsaber.
now.
It was
Well, the
about
bad
this
thing-
tall. Sorry.
That thing is 26650s or low amp batteries. That's the bad part.
And then I was at the time I was being stupid and building a lot lower than I should have, even though I knew better, just to have fun with it. But yeah, like I used to have that. Nah, I like ease. Give me something regulated now. I don't want to have to do the math or put the right coils on it without hurting myself.
Yeah, that's how I do.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, there are some.
Because Aspen Modco Monarch, they started making a Monarch Lite 3D printed.
Yeah. I really
Okay.
want one of those.
It's really cool. It's a nice mech. Dual
They're only
2700,
I think they're only around $80 too.
$88 for everything together.
Yeah, that's not
Gee,
bad
that's
at
a
all.
good deal, man.
Yeah, I've built one just for the heck of it, and then sold it to a friend of mine.
Oh, they're fun to build. Put
Oh
together.
yeah, it was fun. I borrowed a friend's soldering iron. His wife is she worked for the Air Force, and she is one of like 10 people certified to solder on aerospace aircrafts.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So she has this crazy. There's so many buttons and everything on it to get like
Control
these weird.
temperature. Does
like
they have a
she-
vacuum pump on it to suck
Yep.
the old solder out? Yeah.
And this thing, it would cost several $1,000s to buy.
We had one like that at work. It was pretty sweet.
And yeah, so she actually did the soldering for me and taught me how to solder better. And yeah, we put one together, and then I sold it to my friend, her husband.
What's up, Paul
Gave it-
Massamore? We miss you too, man.
Oh, it's amazing how good some people are at tasks, you know?
Yep. Yeah, you wouldn't think that she knew, it's the stereotype. You would not think she knew how to do that kind of mechanical stuff. Just a petite, fit kind of woman, bubbly personality, really easy to get along with. And then she walks out, and because she does welding and everything, she'll walk out in a full suit and mask and, start cutting the exhaust off her hubby's Subaru, and welding the exhaust back on, and it's just like, that is attractive.
Yeah, and then build their own DC to DC converter later for regulated. I got all my my VTA flavorings out for this Aussie mix.
Oh yeah.
Smooth transition, Addy Tooney. Yes, we are mixing for the Aussies today.
Ah.
The Aussies had a huge victory yesterday.
That they did.
So, for those that weren't aware of what was going on, do still go buy some Mr. Fog one-shots over at DIYFlavorChaser.com for legalized vaping Australia. Their fight isn't over yet, but they had a huge, huge victory. So they were going to lose the ability to import nicotine, period.
Yeah.
Which means all the e-liquid manufacturers would have been SOL. All the DIYers would have been SOL. It would have wiped vaping out in Australia pretty much completely. Their health minister was not listening to anybody. The reason he did this. So this is where everybody's like, who the hell is this guy? He said they're investigating vaping and how prevalent, or not prevalent, how effective it could be as a smoking cessation thing. And so, because they were going to do smoking, they were going to move it to smoking cessation. They were going to make it so that you had to get a prescription to get nicotine. And the only way to get the prescription was to go sit down with an addiction specialist. And so they were putting all these different steps in place, and that's all fine and dandy. If that's the way you want to go about regulating your vaping, is making it a smoking cessation aid, make somebody go sit down through a class or a group session or whatever, that's fine and dandy. I've got problems with that because you can go buy gum and patches without it, but it's certainly a way to go about things. But before the research was put in place, or before the research was completed, he was putting policies in place. And this policy was basically going to destroy vaping in Australia. And so everybody got up in arms, and they started publishing the Prime Minister's personal phone number. They started publishing representatives' personal phone numbers. And so everybody in Australia and all around the world were giving these guys calls, apparently, just blowing their phones up, saying, hey, what the hell are you doing? How are you letting this happen? Because they weren't going to have a session for a while. They weren't going to have a... JS Board loves PCP. Well, have fun with the PCP, JS Board. Addy Tooney has some PCP mixes if you're ever curious. But yeah, so they blew up they blew up these guys' phones, and they managed to get everything overturned. I'm hoping that Greg Hunt, who's been nothing but a menace over in Australia, gets pitched. Yeah. Because the Prime Minister's pissed about it, the representatives are pissed about it, because the way he was going about it, it was ultra shady. Like, he was putting this policy in place and putting it in a way where it was going to basically become a law without ever having to go through legislation, because of the bizarre way that the Australians parliament works.
Kind of like an executive order here.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Super shady.
Similar, I should say.
Yeah, it was super, but instead it came from this guy, Greg Hunt, the health minister, and so yeah, everybody went pissed. Everybody went crazy about it, as Australians do. I'm assuming that a few of them showed up with some like clubs and shit at the dude's house. Like, Australians can get a little rowdy. But yeah, they managed to get it overturned. Not overturned, it got pushed back until January 1st, and the Prime Minister said there's no way in hell this is going through. Basically over his dead body. So yeah. And then a bunch of other people got pissed because vapors were able to get people to wake up and come and do their fucking jobs. Like you see, if you watch the Australian Twitter now it's a bunch of like one gal who's a fairly large environmentalist. She's like, so the vapors can get stuff done, but we can't. So you're seeing a lot of that going on over in Australia now. But the vapors won. The vapors won their battle.
Call to action.
Yep.
Yeah. That's how
Well,
you do it.
I like. There's a couple people that were really, really super instrumental in it. Like Breezetones, Adam Breezetones. For those that don't watch the Amigos, he was really instrumental in getting the word out that worldwide people could come and sign this petition. They managed to get a bunch more signatures on their petition than they probably would have, because the Aussie Vapors really didn't realize what was going on, I don't think, until it was almost too late. Yeah, he was really instrumental in putting out a lot of it. His wife is a huge advocate. There was a few other people that I saw that were really, really, really pushing this. But so.
Yeah, they actually run a Aussie vape advocacy group. I'll post the links now. But Paul had a lot to do with it too. A lot of people were involved.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, Simon Atherton. Yep. Mr. Fogg, and that's why we're saying go buy his one shots, because they still need money. They still need money to fight. Because it looked like Australia was turning a corner there for a minute. Their board of health came out and said, vaping's a good thing. Finally, they came out and said it. But then this health minister was just ignoring everybody and doing whatever the fuck he wanted. So
I understand the health minister is a lawyer, not even a doctor.
He's a lawyer,
That's
yeah.
True. That's true. I still get a chuckle of. I think it's at least once a day Dimitri posts stuff about our Surgeon General saying, "Don't bother wearing masks."
I love Dimitri so much.
He's hilarious. So, but yeah, today, to salute our Aussie brethren down under, we're gonna do some Aussie mixing, and I'm gonna do a lemon, lime, and bitters.
Oh damn! I already got my lemons out. I got my lemon meringue tart out.
You were gonna do lemon, lime, and bitters?
Nope.
Okay, I'm doing lemon, lime, and bitters. It's a beverage, Addy Tooney. So I think I'll use some lemonade clear, some Vape Trade lemonade clear. I might stack the bitters. I might do a little bit of flavor, a little bit of VSO, and then maybe some Persian lime.
How was VTA bitters? They make a bitters too.
I haven't tried the BPTA bitters. I don't have that one. I know the Swaggy bitters is really, really, it's a really nice orange rind.
Yeah, yep.
Got a hint of spice to it, and Flavor made their bitters was really good too. So
yeah, Swaggy killed it with that one.
Yeah, so that's what I'm up to. Slashy, I know you told me what you were up to. Maybe tell people what you're thinking.
I am gonna go with fairy bread.
Nice.
Which is just a really basic, easy snack. It's just like white bread, a little bit of butter or margarine or whatever, and then candy sprinkles.
Nice.
White bread. I'm interested to see where you go with this. Because I've seen white bread done.
With it.
I know I've seen it done so many. I've seen it done so many times, and I'm always interested when someone says I'm doing white bread. I'm like, okay, let's see where you go.
I mean, there's only one way to really go, in my opinion.
The Real Flavors VG?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you could make it a little more bready by adding like Flavora wheat to it, but I think that's really going to overdo it, and it'll probably overshadow any of the other flavors that get dropped.
Maybe a touch of starch base? It would have to be a low touch, but
very low. But I think something like that, maybe to make it a little breadier, because I mean that's kind of what you're eating is a slice of bread.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't just be a hint of a flavor to it.
Yep, a little cornbread to darken it up a bit.
I could see that. A little cornbread. I could see that.
Little one-on-one cornbread.
Yeah, that cornbread needs to be in there.
What
I'm
you
gonna
think?
try. I haven't had DeMillen's birthday cake since like Tuesday.
I'm vaping it now. It's really good. Turned out nice.
Birthday to you.
Hey.
25.
You just gotta let that yellow cake settle in. Once it does, it's
pretty-
a delicious coil destroyer.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
That's nice, DeMillen.
It's a cheater flavoring. Put it in anything, it tastes good.
It's true.
Fresh, I had to throw that classic cupcake in there. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, like it's that's the cheat code for frosting. It's just capped vanilla cupcake.
That's why I have it.
It really works out. I gotta change my flavor stash because I've got mine listed as TPA vanilla cupcake, not Capella vanilla cupcake.
How about you?
Off there.
A little black.
How about you, Friction? What are you thinking, brother?
I'm gonna have to go look at my VTA flavors. I won a gift certificate off of one of the charities once. So I got like
Nice.
$100 in or Aussie dollars in VTA flavors.
Wow, you must be flourishing in it.
So I have a lot of them. I just never played with them. So I'm gonna go give them a look in a minute and see what I can do.
BTA has a ton of great flavors.
Yeah.
Ton of great flavors.
That yogurt drink.
Yeah, yogurt drink dough. You can vape that stuff
like
by
that
itself.
one.
Like
It's
mix
too
it at
lemony.
mix it at 6%, and you can walk out the door all day happy with that stuff. It is so good. It's got just a great creaminess and a great lemon.
I love their grape, which is Shisha Black Currant. I love
Shisha
that
black
grape.
currant. That's a very good grape. It's in no way a black currant. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
sorry, VTA.
What kind of grape?
Like a
Nice,
candy
nice
grape.
purple. It's got a lot of flesh to it. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh.
Like I vaped it the first because you know me, I'm a black currant guy.
Yeah.
So I ordered it. I ordered it, and I was like,
Screw you.
like, that is not a black currant. Not a black currant at all. Papa Chigley.
So I'm gonna use VTA ice cream with some lemon meringue tart, a little sweet cream because I want to cream it up, and that sweet cream is so good. And I'm gonna add a little bit of grape to it.
Nice.
Go look real quick.
Rhubarb, raspberry, orange, Papa Chigley. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Pippa?
That's
Welcome back. We're doing Aussie mixes today. I'm doing lemon lime bitters, and Slashy's doing fairy bread, and Friction's digging through vape train, and Toonie's going full vape train. And what do you think of Dimlin? What do you think for an Aussie mix?
I've been dying to try creaming soda.
Ooh, yeah, that's a great cream soda. It does take a couple days to taste like cream soda, but it is very good.
And I wanted to throw some sugarloaf pineapple at it.
Ooh, pineapple cream soda.
Pineapple cream soda? Do you
Oh,
think
that sounds good.
sounds somewhat good?
Yeah.
It does sound good, yeah.
That's
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
going to do.
Tyler the Vapor, welcome. Good little DIY stream while you build. Nice.
So you must be getting excited about your new format on the Fresh from the Kitchen.
I am.
Today.
I am the month-long format on Fresh from the Kitchen. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So, well, I guess I'll go over that real quick before I start digging into everything. Yeah, so the Fresh from the Kitchen, everybody, we had our season finale this last week, and now we're doing Fresh from the Kitchen is going to be a month-long format on recipes. We're going to go back to being more educational because we just basically we kind of lost our way. We were just kind of doing mixes and hanging out and BSing, and that's not what the show should be about. The show should be about the education for helping people. That's what it's always supposed to have been about. It helped Brian start mixing, and then Brian left and we had Zesty, and then we flipped over once Zesty left, I grabbed Lumi, and then Lumi has become an amazing mixer in her own right. Hi, Torpedo, or Tuxedo Torpedo. Cute little guy. But yeah, we're So we're going back to more of an educational format, and we're going to be doing, the first week is kind of theory crafting, talking about flavors, like the flavors involved. Like this first month we're doing strawberry custard because it's one of the most popular profiles in the world, and we'll talk about what strawberries do what custards do what, things you can add in to make your mixes better, kind of theory craft our recipes. The second week we're going to be mixing our recipes, coming up with our final recipe, or coming up with recipes, and then at the end of that show we'll hand out we'll let everybody know, hey, start doing your mixes, because next week, the following week, that will have given us time to have everything steep out, and we'll be able to taste our mixes, hand out advice to the audience as they do their mixes, and then make any revisions to our mixes that we want to do. And then the final week we'll be doing tasting our final recipes and vaping some of the audience's recipes.
Oh, nice.
And
So
then
how does one
and then
submit a recipe?
if the week calls for, or if the recipe or the profile calls for it, we'll add a final week to the profile, and we'll invite a guest in and have them talk about their experiences with it. Maybe vape their recipe, something like that. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a month-long profile, so we're gonna really educate on that first week. Second week, you'll get kind of the whys and the things that we're interested in doing with the profile. And then the third week, we'll be able to answer people's questions and get back to educating again. And then the last week, it'll just be talking about the profile, the final profile, vaping it, enjoying what other people have done. And then, like I said, if the profile calls for it, we'll invite an expert in, or a newbie, or a newbie, and help them put a recipe together. That's also a possibility as well.
How do you submit a recipe? Do you have like a hashtag?
We'll be doing it on Lumi's Discord and the Facebook group.
Got it.
You'll be submitting your recipes there. Probably more Lumi's Discord. Lumi has a Discord set up for Fresh from the Kitchen. Everybody's been really enjoying that. And then I don't have to go onto Facebook.
Yeah. The less the better, that's for sure.
So let me break out my bitters here. I see it sitting here. BSO bitters. So lemon, lime, and bitters. So like I said, I think I'm going to use that lemonade clear, because it's actually got like a little bit of effervescence to it, and it's a really nice lemonade. I might stack some sour lemon into it. That sounds like a good idea to me. I got ideas.
Hell yeah, you got ideas.
Did you see my kitty?
I did. Torpedo.
Yes.
Yeah. I found them.
Ooh, I might stack a little bit of this in too.
I found Shish's vape. These are all vape trains. A vape train, Shish's strawberry,
It's actually a pretty good one.
Shisha melon,
That's a really good one.
and watermelon, and they smell amazing. And I want to mix them together.
I would do that shisha melon. Yeah, mix all three.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, go for it. Go for that strawberry watermelon profile is always a good one.
Yeah. Just go lower on the melon.
Oh, so good.
So since I haven't touched creaming soda, it says that it wants to be at 2.
That's not a bad place for it. 2's not bad.
And same with the pineapple. 2 sounds good.
Which pineapple are you using again?
Sugarloaf.
Sugarloaf? You've got the VSO pineapple too, right?
I do. I could add that.
I was
too.
gonna say I would probably stack a couple. Probably stack a couple pineapples. Make sure it's got some balls to hang out with everything.
I hear ya. Be free balling.
That's right, free ball, man.
I'm just laughing because I remember when you used to be so innocent.
Yeah.
She was never innocent, Toonie. She was just hiding her dark side from us. We knew we'd get it out of her eventually.
Well, I absolutely do not know the VSO one, so about how high do I throw that one?
VSO, you could do it at 1. One, it's pretty. It's got a little life to it.
And I'll just keep the sugar loaf pineapple at 2.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, now I gotta go find my VSO in my designated VSO box.
What are you keeping Swaggy in a box for, DeMillan?
Keeping them all to herself.
Ain't no box gonna keep Shane in.
That's right. I know I had this. I know I had my.
Oh, how was your burritos last night, Freshy D?
We got there and they were out of chicken, so we left.
What?
Yeah.
Out of chicken.
Well, we were hanging out. We were hanging out with Little Miss Thang last night. Little Miss Peach Bourbon Shots.
Oh.
Hi, Lumi. She's out there somewhere, maybe. But she didn't want to let us go, and we want to run our show way too long. Over onto Tommy's toes. So once again, sorry, Tommy.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. Okay.
Kylo the Vapor says, "Hi, Toonie."
What's up, Tyler?
All right,
I'm
so let's
tart with.
start putting this together. Start putting this lemon, lime, and bitters together. This sounds really good. I've got some really good thoughts on it, I think.
Well, this will be interesting for me because I've never had lemon and grape together, so this will be interesting.
It's not a bad combination at all, Toonie.
So I did. These are all VTA. I like their ice cream, but it needs a good steep. You know, it's nowhere near unseating the king of Liquid Barn vanilla ice cream, which is amazing. But yeah, vanilla ice cream at 1.5, lemon meringue tart at 1.5, some of that awesome sweet cream at 0.5, and Shisha Black Currant Grape at 0.4.
Okay, I like it. Pippa, how do you want people to do that?
Smells good.
Pippa is offering a personalized recipe for you. If you buy a 100ml bottle of the Mr. Fogg One Shot over on DIY Flavor Chaser.
Awesome.
Very nice.
So should people just like forward their receipts to you? I'm assuming.
I have all these one shots I haven't mixed up yet, but this Escape smells really good by him.
Is Adam Pilarczyk out there? What up, Adam?
Adam Pilarczyk.
That smells good.
There you go, everybody. So if you order a 100ml bottle of the Mr. Fogg over on DIY Flavor Chaser, forward your recipe over to Pippa. Forward your receipt over to Pippa. She will give you a customized recipe. So you're getting a 2-for-1. Pippa's a hell of a mixer. So I would take advantage if anybody's out there. You've had anything that you've had a.
Yeah, Pippa's freaking amazing mixer. And while you're over there, grab some.
If you've been stuck on
One Shot.
anything, pass it on to Pippa. Oh, you know what I got this week, Toonie?
Oh, it's heavy, 2.5 gallons. I know what that is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah, baby.
Damn.
Got caught on my chair.
I just made some base this week, so I know the heft of that thing. Kitty, so chill.
I love that kitty. What's the name of it again? Oh, it's
Is that Torpedo?
Yeah. it's
Torpedo. Yeah.
Shit. Oh yeah, and if you're over there getting the one shots, check out Fresh's stuff. And get Zippy's Fu Manchu. It's a strawberry, like a pink strawberry cream. It's amazing.
Today I'm offering. Today I'm recommending the What's Up Creeps, the Blackberry Yogurt. I'm
Is that the
recommending
finger
that
guns one?
one.
Is that the finger guns one?
No, that's Maximum Savagery. Yep, that was 2.5 gallons of EG. So 25
That's what
pounds
I
of
have.
EG.
I don't know how I'm gonna transfer it to something I can use.
That's why you keep the old gallons.
Yeah.
And the old gallons. Keep those old gallons, and then it's way easier.
And then once you make your base a few times, you can actually mark on the side of your base container what to fill up.
Nice.
You can just do by volume your PGVG
You're
next.
so smart.
So if I'm using 36 milligrams, I need 87 milliliters. If I'm using 100, I need 30 milliliters. Not my wife says friction.
My
It's
wife's
just-
smarter than me, except when the sun goes down. Then she gets super dumb.
What?
Once the lights go out, she's like, her brain turns off.
See, my wife can't think on the weekends because she's in chill mode.
I
Which
always
is
make
kinda
fun
funny.
of her. I say, "Oh, the sun must be down because you're an idiot."
It's an ongoing joke that when she comes up with a good idea on the weekend, I go, "What, on the weekend?"
Torpedo, get out of my wires.
I just want
Torpedoes.
to play, Dad.
I just want to be by you, Dad.
Who doesn't want to be right next to Friction?
It's because the kids aren't home.
Friction, you trim your beard up a little? You look different.
Yeah, this is funny. I trimmed my mustache yesterday just with like scissors, sitting here, not paying attention or looking at anything. And then I got on Zoom with like Lumi and Rin last night, and I noticed my mustache was hella crooked. So I promptly turned my cam off and shaved it off. How did you get over there? You're not supposed to be there.
Well, at least you didn't get too crazy and you're not bald today.
Yeah. Kisses. Hi. You're so
Then we can
little.
know what you look like in boot camp.
Hi. There you go.
Okay, so this came together actually. I think this is going to come together really nicely. So I've got 1% of Persian lime. I've got
That is a good
0.8% of lime Tahiti cold pressed. I've got 0.8% of sour lemon by BTA. I've got 0.8% of lemon's kick by Inawera. And 2% lemonade clear by Vape Train Australia. And then 1.5 bitters by VSO.
Oh, that sounds amazing. That's gonna smack you in the ass. It's gonna be pucker your butthole right up, Fresh.
Exactly.
Whoa, pucker your butthole.
It's gonna put.
Play.
I love when Addie turns into like a perv. Ow! Sorry. It's pawing.
Pippa, you can swear in the chat on my chats.
Sure can.
Have Simon Chapman suck on a dick.
Yeah, like you said, Fresh, lemon and grape is pretty good together.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
hoping
not bad, right? I've had grape lemonades several times and incredibly pleasant.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
like
realize how good like pineapple lemonades are.
really.
Yeah, really, really good.
I'm excited to hear. I'm gonna have to watch a replay later because we're going out to see Mom, do some laundry, and check on her.
So you're out, Toonie?
Yeah, I'm out in about another couple minutes.
Okay.
Ah.
Have fun with moms.
I love hanging out with you
Yeah.
guys.
We love hanging out with you.
I gotta see how Frictions turns out, and I gotta see that fairy bread master over there doing some magic.
I have to. I'm gonna post it, but I'm taking Fresh's recommendation, so I gotta make an order for a certain flavor so I can actually taste it myself.
have
So
a
I do not-
question.
I don't
Go
have
ahead.
Flavor West sprinkles,
I don't have that one either.
but
Oh, I do.
Flavorless
I-
sprinkles taste like sprinkles.
But from what, yeah, if that's what I'm going for, I need those. So I will post it, but I will have to say I will not have tried it. But
It's a theory craft.
it
Don't
is
spill my stuff. Get out of here.
What are you guys doing this afternoon, Flasha?
relaxing, not
Nice.
doing too much. I will. I'm more excited about next week because I'm taking time off finally, and
Me too.
because I have a firm belief that when you join a company, you don't really take time off within the first year unless they make you pretty much.
Yeah.
Like your manager's like, you just go take some time off, because my company is very adamant on employee mental health and trying to make sure there's no burnout and everything, because there are high expectations of the employees at the same time. Yeah, because my birthday is July 6th, so I've got that Friday off, and I'm taking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off.
Nice.
So I'll go back and finish out the week and wrap up with team members, but I'll have like 6 days off.
Nice,
Yeah,
that'll be sweet. Well, you're right before Rin on the 12th.
Yep.
I took Thursday off, and then we get Friday off, and then I took Monday off.
There you go.
Sweet.
I'm still waiting to hear if our hospital's going to be open
Stoked.
Oh, for the 4th?
for people to actually come in, which I don't think it's going to be at this point. I'm fairly certain.
I
And then
signed some
I will
paperwork
also
and
put some time in on that weekend.
I took the rest of my life off.
Yeah, you did. I have a vape train question. When I
Sure.
was looking
Okay.
at my flavors, I saw one called Fairy Floss. Does anyone know what that is?
That one's supposed to be like a cotton candy.
Oh, that's probably why I got it then.
That's
I
why
like
they
cotton candy.
call fairy floss other
fair.
places.
Yeah.
So I'm trying my pineapple cream soda. It's very pineapple-y, and I like it. And I got like a little soda effervescent kind of thing happening.
Nice.
Mm.
Nice.
Very nice.
It tastes really good.
Oh,
I can't
good
wait
God,
for
Noah.
can't wait for the cream soda to blossom.
Awesome.
Yeah, it does take
All right,
several
guys.
days. Come on. Come on.
You guys have fun.
Enjoy your
Yeah.
time,
Okay,
Addie.
Addie.
Later,
Have a good
Tony.
time.
All right, love you guys. Have a good Saturday.
Love
See ya.
you.
See you tonight, Freshie.
See? All right. And bitters.
I like this pineapple thing here.
I gotta like hella vape through this stuff. I made the mistake to fill my squonk. And I have to like burn through it so I could taste my mix.
That's what I was just doing. You mixed it already?
Yeah.
Wow. Master mixer.
3 flavors is right up my alley.
Yeah.
That's an easy mix. I can handle that.
Maximum savagery.
So there he is.
Oh,
Max
The-
Savage?
look at that sexy beard.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Everything's sexy about Max Savage. What you talking
Be back.
about?
Be back in 32 seconds.
32 seconds.
He's got it.
That's a very specific number. You're good at it, huh?
I've got it. It's down to a science,
Yeah.
He's got a sequence of photos he goes through.
and they're all of Max.
Oh my god. With that music playing in the background.
Oh. Be back in 27 seconds.
Just the intro to Cheers over and over and over again.
Oh boy.
The full intro.
There you go.
The full intro to Cheers that gets really, really fucking dark.
So how are you? How's your Saturday?
Oh, not too bad. I've been fucking busy, man.
Is it
I had a
raining
huge
there like it is here?
Yeah, it's been raining for the past like couple hours. So, but I was glad I fixed my car before it started raining. I woke up and I checked the weather. I was like, "Oh fuck, it's gonna rain all day. I don't want to.
Yep.
I don't want to be dealing with that shit." So what's going on, guys?
We're mixing for Aussies. Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
That's definitely what he meant. You're so good.
Other than that,
can
you
I-
know, pretty chill weekend so far.
It's just a breath of fresh relief for the Aussies. Getting that extension
when-
on it, and
Went from thinking they'd never see nicotine again to
man, there was like some crazy shit happening too. Like on Facebook, people were talking about, I know a place where you can get 300 milligram, and I'm like, no,
don't do that.
don't do that. 100 milligram tops.
And then those war profiteers.
And then people were saying how much just a liter would cost.
It was $300 a liter.
That's crazy.
And people were paying for it because they were freaking out.
Yeah, I would pay for it for sure.
Oh no, yeah, I mean, like that's what I was talking about, the war profiteers, the guys who raised those prices way the fuck up when all this was pending.
Yep.
But you know them Aussie DIYers are stocking up now. Now that they've got
Oh,
their
yeah.
reprieve.
Oh, for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
I kind
I'm
of
sure-
did a pre-stock. What was it, about 4 months ago, 6 months ago?
Yeah, I
When
stocked it like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, all of our stuff started hitting the fan a little harder. I mean, I say I stocked up. I bought 1 liter of Nick. I bought half of it as VG and half of it as PG.
Gotta get more. I got a whole freezer full.
I
Set.
don't go through that much, I guess.
Either do I. I use 1 milligram. I'm set for life.
Yeah, see,
Oh jeez.
when I do my pod mixes, I set it at I vape at 50. So
Whoa,
Oh wow. Do you do
I-
mix salts?
yes,
big dog.
I
'Cause
I
it-
don't know why, but I enjoy it.
I think I would
Because
have
you
a
enjoy
hard
crack cocaine.
time. Yeah.
I think
I
River Supply Co. I think sells that in 250.
Yep.
They do.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
just got an order.
crazy.
But I mean, 250 Nick salts. I mean, it's dangerous as fuck, but it totally makes sense if that's what you mix.
Yeah, it is, especially when you're getting into that 35 and up range for people that are 35 to 50. It just makes more sense if you're willing to incur the risk of, you might need to be a little more safe when you mix with it. You should be, not might. You should.
Yeah,
I
Have
should
to
say.
be.
for sure.
Because that will burn your skin, I would imagine.
And I mean,
Let
Let
VG
alone make you
scares me.
throw up right away.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'm imagining would happen.
Man,
could
that
never
swiggy
work
bitters
with-
is
You ever
good.
see the 1,000 ones?
like I
Couldn't
said,
imagine.
I've messed with it once, and I won't do it
1,000?
again. Yep, won't do it
Holy
again.
moly.
It terrifies me.
Yeah, that's really scary.
I
I'm
won't
scared
do
of
it anymore.
100. Especially having like kids and animals in my house.
hmm
Boy, you're really daring, Slashlow.
Yeah.
I
You're a
have
badass.
I have slight death wishes every now and then.
What the fuck
know.
is this recipe, man? I understand your self-hatred.
What do you mean? What is it?
Baked bread, butter, sprinkles, and starch base.
That is so.
Fairy bread.
If there are Australians out there, correct me if I'm wrong. I've never been. I've spoken to a few at the college I went to though, and it's something that it's just a snack that they make. They will get loaves of bread, butter it up, throw sprinkles on it, or different flavored sprinkles. I've seen some in chocolate. I've seen some just the regular sugar sprinkles, but that's a snack that they eat.
That sounds like the most ghetto
What?
dessert I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I
Is
think
when you're really
weed's legal
broke and
there?
you make mayonnaise sandwiches.
there you go. Kids love fairy bread.
That's
And
what it's
I mean-
called, fairy bread.
Yes.
Yeah.
And America has kind of adopted it here recently. I've seen it called, what is it, unicorn bread or princess bread or something.
Oh, I saw that commercial.
Well, I mean, it's a real thing too. I did not know that.
Oh.
Like but it's the same idea. You take white bread, you put, some people will put butter on it, some won't, and then they throw some sort of sugar on it, and that's what they eat as the snack.
It's
Of
so
course,
weird.
Americans will slather a big old thick layer of icing on it or something instead
Yeah.
of like a little bit of sprinkles, you know. But
Yeah, icing. I get down with that.
It's like a homemade Twinkie. You like roll it
Yeah.
up.
there you go.
Oh,
But yeah, that's why I went with that. It was something simple. I like bakeries. It gave me a chance to bring out baked bread again.
That's
So-
crazy, man. I didn't even know weed was legal in Australia. Clearly, it is.
When I was growing up, we kind of did stuff like that because I grew up when parents didn't have a whole lot of money, and I would do something like that where I would take a piece of bread, and some days because mom would go out and just buy me just a thing of cinnamon, and I would make my own cinnamon sugar, but I just throw butter, cinnamon, and sugar on it, and I just eat cinnamon sugar bread.
Yeah.
Your
That's good.
Your
But
mom
then
just bought you cinnamon?
because I asked her, I wanted to make my own cinnamon sugar. And if you
Oh.
buy pre-made cinnamon sugar, it's really expensive.
It is.
It's a lot cheaper
Oh.
to just buy sugar and buy cinnamon and mix it yourself.
That
I
is
thought
true.
you were just like, oh, she would give me. So it was my 15th birthday, and I got a
pound of cinnamon.
pound of cinnamon, and she was like, hey, go crazy.
I've had it. You've been waiting 6 years for this, so
And then he invented the cinnamon challenge, or is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I would do stuff like that growing up. So I mean, maybe the poor people of America adopted it before it became popular. We're hipsters to it. Because I would do the same thing with sprinkles whenever mom would make us cupcakes or something for a special treat, and there'd be extra sprinkles or the little candy stars or whatever you throw on it, and I just throw that on bread and fold it in half and eat it with some butter and
my
sugar.
kids like cinnamon sugar. What is it? Cream cheese.
Oh man, cream
Oh,
cheese
really?
is so good.
Yeah.
I never heard
They
of
just
that.
Mix it together and then put it on like a bagel or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think
Never
kids
heard of
would
them
like
making
that.
Yeah.
Cinnamon sugar cream
Yeah.
cheese. Yeah, kids love
Yeah.
it.
It's because it sweetens up, and that cream cheese has such a fairly mellow flavor that the fat in it just makes everything taste better.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really a dessert guy like that, but that does sound pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like sweet things. I like savory things.
Yeah, next time you go to the store, if you want to try, they sell like the pre-made Philadelphia containers of the cream cheese, and some of them are sweeter, and they have some very good ones.
I always get
Or
I always get the chives.
Yes. Oh my God, that's so
Yeah.
good.
Put that on like the cheese bagels. Oh, it's so
Mhm.
good. I've got a whole thing of cheese bagels that need eaten, so I may head out and get that.
I got chives here that grow like weeds, so I just like snip them down and put them in like cottage cheese and shit when we make crepes.
Yeah.
I have
That's
some
That's
I have
good.
some wild onions growing out front in my front yard along my fence line because you smell them every time I mow over
You
them.
mow, yeah.
And so there's
Smells so
times where I'll go out there and I'll get real close to the grass and I'll just cut it up and I'll take about half of it and chop it up and throw it in some ramen.
yeah.
We also have some it's called wild sorrel or Sorrel. It's a little yellow flower. It's a weed pretty much, but it's a little yellow flower. But if you take the flower off and you go about halfway up the stem where it's not nasty, you can actually chop that up and use it as a seasoning as well. It goes really good on fish. So I would actually I'd go out back in my backyard and take some of that and then go out along the fence line, take some of the wild onion that's growing and kind of make a little paste with some olive oil and put that on top of some fish.
Mm.
I
How do
think
you
those-
spell that?
those are the weeds we used to eat when we were kids. That we called it sour grass
Maybe.
with the yellow flower on top, and you
Yes,
just chew on the stem, and it's really sour. Thus,
Now this one's a savory style
Oh.
flavor.
interesting.
I used to pick blackberries. That was pretty crazy.
Oh, Slashlow's gonna cook tonight. He's out there mowing.
So
Yeah.
you Aussies are definitely onto something with this lemon lime bitters.
Wood sorrel. There you go. It's called sorrel. Sorrel. It is an complete edible plant. Yeah, and you can chop it up and use it as a seasoning or an herb.
Oxalis.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's close to like a clover. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's similar.
That's what I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, wood sorrel.
Yeah, you can chew on it, and it's really good. It's basically kind of like a clover. But yeah, if you see the yellow flowers by them, then you know that that's oxalis or wood sorrel. Same thing.
Yep, and it's really good.
It is. People like when you get like microgreens and stuff from like a fancy place, and they use them for like garnish and everything. 90% of it is that it's sorrel, oxalis, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, it's used for the visual garnish, but then the aromatic that it has too. Like, you can eat it, but you don't have to. But the smell mixes with the food while you eat it, so it just amplifies the flavor.
Man, Flavora's got to make a wood sorrel.
Oh my god!
Or
that'd be good, right?
Bryson,
that'd be good.
Y'all, we got an idea for a new line for y'all guys. We
Swaggy
take
Shane.
some of the. Swaggy, you could get on that.
Swaggy's out there right now with a flash sale. Get 30% off.
Like you could do that.
Off.
I wonder. Get that.
Actually,
bitters.
Swaggy, I got a question for you because I'm pretty sure you're still out there. You're there, yeah.
Yeah, he's right. He's right there.
How?
No, we don't have it. We don't have lemon lime bitters here, Pippa.
How difficult would it be to do a like a lemon or not lemon, a onion extract from like wild onion, like just
Ew.
Don't you have that one-on-one sweet onion?
Wouldn't it make you cry?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you get like botulism from that? Would you?
I would hope not.
Is that garlic or is that onion?
There you go. It may make you cry. He's a lot more intelligent in the flavor extractions than I'll ever be, so he'd be the one I would ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind, to make you cry.
But like wood sorrel, like all these little herbs, because then you could really play around with them with tobaccos or savory style desserts. Like if you wanted to get into like a balsamic or a like the herb strawberry and shortcake thing. Or
some things should be
basil.
eaten and not baked.
Oh, I would totally do a ice cream with a.
Oh man! Well, it's like basil, like a basil mango ice cream.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cilantro and basil.
Oh yeah.
I'm into cilantro.
Same.
I fucking love cilantro.
Dude, I put that on all sorts of things that it should not go on, and it's amazing.
Skinny Hippo. What's up, man?
You know what's even more like fucked up though? Like I'm one of the soap people. I taste soap.
I am too.
But I love it.
See, I don't taste soap.
I like really light cilantro. Really light
like,
cilantro before it jumps over the full. I've got a mouthful of fucking soap.
Yeah. Well, you need it for like pico and stuff.
Yeah. Like pico, you need it for pico. Like I did a homemade carne asada once, and I went overboard. So I was like, F it, I love cilantro. And the whole damn thing wound up tasting like soap.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, Amanda's a soap taster. And she was like, I don't like cilantro. And I was like, I'm just curious, what do you taste? And she was like, well, I can't really describe it. And I told her, I was like, okay, does it taste like, an herb, or does it taste like soap? She was like, holy crap.
Yeah,
it tastes like soap.
Yeah.
And it's
wow.
like, so you're a soap taster.
Yeah.
Concentrated cilantro tasting like soap. I could see that. With it being concentrated like that, you're amplifying that flavor.
Yeah. It would have to be like a super weak extraction for me to use it.
Or bring it to where, the base is really, really concentrated, and then some way of diluting it for like sale, I guess.
Using it 1 drop in a 30 mil.
We make
You
a
dip-
dope margarita with that.
Oh man. Oh, just imagine going down the Bloody Mary line.
Yeah.
Like I'm.
Swaggy Shane does have a tomato coming.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I would vape a Bloody Mary because I actually tried one of those for the first time recently. My sister and her husband came down and they had a really nice, fairly spicy mix. And I just tasted the mix by itself because it was like V8 with spice.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then they added because I don't drink a whole lot. They added we had some Tito's here from a friend of mine who had brought it and left it. So they added some of that to it. It was actually very enjoyable. I could totally get behind a Bloody Mary.
I would love like Chipotle for that too.
Oh, yeah.
That like deep smoky flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's the mix they had was a habanero and something else. There were a couple of other ones, but it wasn't overly spicy, but you could just taste all the different peppers.
good. Mm.
And then there were little pepper chunks in it. So like there was some chew to it.
Yeah. You get that heat kind of rising up, but
Yeah.
gradual. Yeah.
And then it faded away after, like it was a really flat curve, if you will. It never just spiked and killed you. It was great.
Mm.
Echo Dub, I would go like 4%, maybe 4.5 on some yogurt drink.
Ooh, persimmon and strawberry, nice combo.
Yeah, very nice combo.
That'll be good.
Keep
I'm
that
a
persimmon,
persimmon
relatively low. Think about throwing maybe a little bit of apricot in it too.
Little
That'd be nice with the strawberry and the persimmon. It would pump both of
Little-
them up.
that's gonna be a nice little mix right there.
I think so too. That lemon just coasting behind. Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Or if you're a rhubarb fan, put a little bit of rhubarb in there to kind of do this tie-in between the persimmon and the strawberry.
Not a bad thought.
Kind of that link between the two.
Ooh, a little bit of that Decadent Vapors rhubarb cuddle. That rhubarb custard. Just kind of sneak that in.
I have a smoke detector going off. I need a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Get it.
Get it.
Yeah, I think I would love if a company came out with more herbaceous flavors like that. Like cilantro and going down some of those savory herb lines where you get into like, I don't know. Like you
Purple
could get in.
basil.
Oh man,
That
yeah.
was real savory.
I don't know if it would go good with very few desserts because it's a very meat and savory one, but like herb de Provence,
Oh yeah.
because I could see it fitting in a few. Rosemary, I love rosemary.
Yeah. It's a
That
beefy
thing-
one though.
Like one of my favorite breakfasts for the longest time included sliced red potatoes because I'm a baby red fan,
Yeah.
and olive oil, garlic salt, and rosemary, and just fry it up in the pan, some home fries pretty much, and
Y'all
put
are
that
making me
with
hungry.
whatever.
You
We always
always
get
make
into
me hungry
savory shit.
on
when
this
it's-
show.
Slash is here, always fucking savory shit right away.
It, and I like mixing my sweets and savories. I like to throw people through a little bit of a mind fuck, if you will.
Let's do a beef Wellington.
Ew.
I would be down
You
if we could get a good beef.
Yeah, we got all the other stuff. We got croissant.
Uh-huh. And we've got one-on-one, because you don't really taste it, but you get a little hint of it. The mustard that you coat the beef in before you wrap it.
Yeah.
We've got the one-on-one, if I'm correct, has a mustard, and it's pretty spot on.
Isn't there pickle kind of mustardy too?
It's got a weird vibe to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Raspberry and toffee. Yeah, that would go well. I don't see why
Yeah,
not.
do a little raspberry glaze on top of your Wellington.
Oh, with a little bit of rosemary or basil.
You guys are so gross.
No. Okay, so
Hey,
have you ever had duck?
Nope.
Yeah,
I haven't had
okay.
A lot of stuff.
So
You'll
one
learn
of
about
the
me. I live under a rock.
See,
one
there
of
you-
the one of the prime things to serve with duck is a fruit glaze, and I think whenever we had it, it was what, fig and duck.
Like fig jam, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a really thick fig glaze, and when you get your duck, you take a little bit of it and you don't put it on top because the duck fat on top is super crispy. You don't want to sog it out, but you take your duck and like pretty much you dip your fork into the glaze, get just this tiny bit, and then take your bite of duck, and it's duck l'orange,
Duck l'orange, yeah.
all of that. Like the fruit goes very well with savory. So like I'm totally behind some sort of deep glaze on a Wellington.
Shit. Slash is gonna show you guys how to eat.
I've watched way too much Food Network.
You do like a whole pairing menu. You get 2 mods. You got like a Sauvignon, and then you got your beef Wellington. This is a 2020 Cabernet.
Oh man. And yeah, so you have a vape dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, that would
there
be
you go.
amazing.
Swaggy Shane is working on basil, cilantro, thyme, mint, peppermint, spearmint, and wintergreen. If everything works
Oh,
out,
man.
there'll be some other herbs.
All right, so
I like wintergreen.
I will be, as soon as you get those figured out, I will dump some money into you, Swaggy.
You will have exactly one buyer for it.
More than
right
one.
here.
I guarantee Max will pick up some of those savory
Oh, I'm
herbs.
picking them all up.
I love thyme, so I feel like I could
Oh,
do
yeah.
so much with that.
Like you could do some amazing tobaccos. That would get me back into playing with tobaccos again.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be really good.
And then you could get really wild and start doing some floral with savory herbs.
You can make your herb de Provence. You put that
You-
shit on everything.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
is it? Is rosemary, thyme? What else is in it? Isn't lavender in it?
Herb de Provence, yeah, it's a very floral, very floral-esque, and that's why it goes good on light, like fish. It goes
Fish.
good on something very light. But I think I've seen some people throw it on lamb too, which was interesting because it is a lighter meat, I guess, if you will, in terms of flavor.
Yeah. It covers up that gaminess a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used
Yeah.
to coat it in that.
Roast beef tobacco.
Flavor
David.
I'm
does
into
have a roast beef. I've heard it's gross though.
There's some interesting stuff with because there's some people that will do
Or
coffee
flavor art.
rubs.
Flavor art.
Yeah, the roast beef, I've heard of it.
I heard it's gross.
Like you can play around with some coffee rubs and coffee smoking
Yeah.
with meats. So you could get even more into it and start going with like tobacco meats. Take your tobacco and have it smoke in with some other stuff, and start smoking your meats with tobacco in it.
Yeah,
That
I'm
does
into
not
it.
sound good at all.
No,
What, you guys don't like barbecue? What is wrong with you guys? You're so
I
weird.
love barbecue.
But I don't
You
want a
gotta get that
cigarette
chew.
shoved in there.
Yeah, an ashtray with ribs. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Sounds delicious.
I would go for a coffee.
You can tell
rub,
the
maybe.
tobacco amateurs. They just assume that it's going to taste like a cigarette or a cigar.
Yeah, because the idea is that like you would do a wet smoke and a dry smoke. You'd get your your dry smoking or whatever with the wood chips and all that, but then you do kind of a wet smoke at the bottom of it with the tobacco, so it doesn't burn the same way that you would think, and that smoke and odor get up in there. So
Black fire is essentially just like liquid smoke anyway.
It is.
Yeah.
So you can get that.
I taste.
You know
that
what, you
s-
guys-
if there's a molecule of that stuff in a recipe, I taste it. I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, it's strong. It
It's
doesn't really
noticeable.
fade.
Mhm.
Yeah. You guys can vape your Twinkies. Slash and I are gonna have leg of lamb and mint jelly, and
Oh,
we're gonna be
man.
fancy. We're gonna have our champagne.
Yep, a little bit of a TPA strawberry in it with some sweetener.
Yeah. So you guys enjoy your fairy bread stuff, whatever it's called, with your sprinkle on white bread.
Yeah,
We're up the game a little bit.
I like how he insults the fairy bread recipe, and it's Slasher that came
It's
up with
mine.
the fire bread recipe.
Dude,
I was
what-
surprised there wasn't any lavender in it.
yeah, that wouldn't fit.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm surprised that that's the one that it doesn't.
No,
It's
whenever
always got a place, doesn't it?
it does, yeah. Whenever all these when we get these herbs coming out, me and you're gonna have to get together and just like craft some savory dish vapes out of it.
Dude, I'm ready for
Like-
it.
We may have to go out there and try to figure out some of the meats.
Well, thank you, Zippy,
like-
for being willing to do all the advocacy work and the legwork on everything. Because over at DIY Flavor Chaser, like there's a couple of us that are doing nothing but advocacy. Zippy's just taking care of it. So it's a lot more work than just cutting a check at the end of the month. It's a lot more work having to go through all that advocacy.
Yeah.
Fill out paperwork because you're donating to charities and all sorts of good stuff. So thank you, Zippy, for doing all the hard work. And we've managed
I don't know how you mix for other
at this
people.
point, I'm pretty sure at different points we've managed to sell out every single one of my recipes at different points. Even the maximum savagery.
Hey,
Everybody was digging the finger guns. Pew pew. So
That's the
I'm
best part.
just really happy things are going as well as they are.
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Let's see. I did just get a bunch of the Flavor
In the
Revolution
background,
flavors
does
in.
that say Slytherin and Ravenclaw?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom does the paint with diamonds stuff. It's one of her crafts that she
Oh,
does.
okay.
And so she made both of those for
Those are cool.
us.
Wow.
The one she's doing now is going to take a while, but she loved it when we gave it to her. We found a picture because she doesn't have a whole lot of pictures of all her kids in one picture.
Mhm.
So at one of my sister's weddings, we were all there because I officiated it and we all showed up and we had a picture. And I was able to send that into a company, a very high resolution version of it, and they put it as a paint with diamond.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
so she's actually putting together the wedding picture of all the kids to hang up in the house right now.
That's cool.
Wow. Those turn out beautiful, don't they?
Yes. They can be very cool.
Wow.
It's a lot
And
of work.
It's becoming more and more popular. There's more and more places to get it. When it first came out, there was like pretty much one site overseas, and my mom was part of a Facebook group that the woman who was running it would every like 2 weeks say, okay, I'm making an order to save on shipping and everything, because the way they did shipping was really
Yeah.
horrible. And everyone would PayPal her the money and say, this is what I want, and she'd put in a big order, and then she would ship it out to everyone else when it all came in. And now you can get them everywhere.
That's cool.
That's what we did with vape supplies all the time on ECF. We called them
Mhm.
co-ops.
Yep.
And we would like have 100 people.
I always saw
know.
those things, but I never participated.
We did
Very-
co-ops
I
on mods.
lived on those co-ops. That's how I got all my vaping gear. So cheap.
Mhm.
Yep. We did on my
might
mods
have been in
too.
some of the same. We might have been in some of the same co-ops then, Dimlin.
Oh, most likely. I was just like diving in on all of them.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
going through
My
that whole
main
thing.
my main one that I was in on was the 1-for-1, the 1-for-1 co-op, and they would actually get together like 200-300 people and order runs of stuff.
Ah,
And it was fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
I've never been on anything that big.
That's how I got all my.
Well-
that's how I got like my silver foo hat and my gold foo hat and. We ordered a run from. Who was it? Scottawa. We ordered a run
That's
from
really
him.
cool.
That one only wound up being like 10-12 people, but it was fucking awesome because we were able to get
Wow.
a really good discount on the Scottawa mod.
Yeah.
Very nice.
which is still one of my favorite mods because that thing hits like a fucking truck. There is no battery dip whatsoever on that thing. Hi, Mimi.
Yeah, I only got burned once in the co-ops. Some guy was going to be making a mech,
That's
and
what
we
I
all
was
threw
always
our money
afraid
at
of.
him, and he disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens every
Bastard.
once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I think I did one. It's been a while, but I know it was a really big thing when you do them on things like mods, because if you can get, 30, 40 people together, you could get the mod cheaper because you're buying it at a wholesale cost.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice.
Yeah, those are the ones I liked.
Oh, a kiss. I'm jealous.
Ah.
Hi, Mrs. Slashy.
You
I want
get
a
off my
kiss.
man.
Yeah.
Yep, it's nap time for.
I love that.
Oh, that sounds good. Nap sounds good.
I was up till like 3 last night with Rin and Jarvis and Lumi. It's terrible. We're playing some weird game.
Yeah, you
where
guys
there
were
was,
playing
like,
freaking Mount Your
dongs.
Friends.
There were dongs flapping everywhere.
There were.
It's frightening.
Have y'all done Scribble.io by any chance?
Mm-mm.
You should
I
check
did
it
like
out.
it, Rin.
It's a free web-based thing where the person who starts it just gives everyone else the link, and it's pretty much Pictionary but on the computer.
Yeah,
So
we played Drawful.
Okay, yeah, same
Yeah.
same
Well,
idea.
Drawful too. That's our every other week game. Like we played Quiplash last week, and then we played Drawful last night. We'll probably play Fibbage next week.
Yeah,
and
I've
then
been
go back
trying
to
to make
Drawful.
it, but
You're always
Sadly-
invited. Everybody's always invited. Everybody's invited to come play games with us.
Diablo 3 the new season
me.
starts this Friday, and 3 of my other friends we're getting together to try to do some higher tier content in the game. So
For what game? I'm sorry.
Diablo 3.
Oh, okay. Oh,
We're
that's a
we're
great game.
we're getting bored of our normal game because it's ending the expansion here soon, so there's nothing else to do. So
I wish there was a new Diablo game coming.
There is. Have you not seen it? Go look up Diablo 4. It's been officially released.
I'm really
or
excited for
or-
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We could get on a huge tangent, which may bore half of the people in chat, so I'm not going to.
Steam has a huge sale right now. I bought a ton of
Uh-huh.
games yesterday.
Baldur's Gate, Divinity, Torment, Pillars of Eternity, Planescape. All those CRPG styles are amazing.
What's up, Clown Puncher?
For sure.
What's your count up to today, brother? I always like to hear Jeff's count. How many clowns he caught today?
Ew, I hope 0. Clowns are creepy.
Agreed.
Well, he's out there taking them out.
Just punch
Yeah.
13 and
legit.
1/8. Hell
me.
yeah.
Wow.
13, very specific number.
Yeah. I hope the 1/8 was a dong punch.
I thought it would be a glancing blow.
Yeah.
We actually
Dylan?
had a clown thing happen in our neighborhood about 6 months ago, and I was very surprised.
What do you mean a clown thing?
Yeah.
There was so my neighbors from across the street. They have 2 little boys that are school age, and we lived like 3 blocks from the school that they go to. Nice neighborhood, low crime rate, all of that. And they were walking to school one day, and apparently in our neighborhood there was someone dressed up as a clown carrying balloons.
Addy.
And he looked at them and he started chasing them.
Jesus,
And
they're nightmares forever.
Oh
they
my
ran-
God.
They came home and told their dad, and he told me, and I was like, don't worry. I was like, I am a licensed carrier, and I was like, if there is a clown chasing kids anywhere here, he will
I'll
be
shoot
put
him.
in jail. Minimum. And he appreciated that. And he was like, don't worry, I carry too, but we live in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
There's
I
like
was gonna say, where do
73
you
guns per person, so
live? Yeah.
That is very true.
but yeah, we've never had anything like that happen in our neighborhood, and I've been here for little over 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
almost
freaky.
4.
Yeah. That's a random event for sure.
And like I have my own fear of clowns. Thanks, Stephen King.
Pennywise got you?
Oh yeah, just horribly. It got me bad. Oh man, my sisters will mess with me, and they'll send me random clown gifts in text or something, just out of nowhere. So I stopped talking to them for about a week.
Just it's a
Enough
picture
with
of
the
Tim Curry.
clowns.
It's not even Tim Curry in Pennywise makeup. It's just Tim Curry
See,
Just
I
kinda
like
waving
Tim
cl-
Curry.
creeping at you.
I
never
like him.
saw any of those movies or read the books.
So the book was really out there. And apparently the one scene that most people really have a problem with in that book, they
cut out
tried
of the
to
movie.
put he wanted to put it in the movie, and they were like, no, we just can't do that.
Mm.
Just no.
The fact that like all the 14-year-olds have an orgy.
Yep. Signifies their rite of passage into adulthood and all
Yeah.
that, and that's how they
Wow,
were
I
able
wish I had an orgy at 14.
that's how they were able to do what they did down in the sewer and all that, because they weren't kids anymore, they were adults. But yeah, like he wanted to try to put that in the movie.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, it in the book it kind of makes
That
sense.
is terrible.
but-
Did you read what Deb wrote?
Yeah, oh no, I saw that, and I think that she is an amazing mother for that.
That's awful.
As her child, I would hate her
Yeah.
with a fiery hot passion.
Send me clowns. in
Still
the
send her
mail.
clowns.
What a creep.
And she still sends the clowns. Hey, Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, what's up, brother? Done with work, I guess.
Must feel good for him to go back to work.
And dress up as clowns and go to her yard at Halloween.
Wow.
Yep, nope.
A fun family.
Door would stay shut, and I would not have a mom at that
Yeah.
time. Not until a week after the clown costume came off.
How's things in the big GF, Dylan? Dylan's in my hometown of Great Falls,
Yeah?
Montana. How's things rolling in Montana?
What's the population like in your hometown? Is it super
About
small?
60,000.
Oh, that's not small.
No.
Hmm.
No, there's definitely lots of small towns around, but yeah. It's a cool place to grow up. Now that I think back about it.
That's
Yeah,
what
the
I
Air
thought.
Force the Air Force base that's there is the reason that city's as big as it is.
I thought you were gonna say what Shane said, that you had like 1,600 population.
No.
That's what I picture Montana as.
No, there was
Like
where my
4
grandma
houses.
lived, the population was like 1,000. And so I would go out and hang out there all the time.
Do they have a downtown or anything, like high-rise buildings or anything in Montana?
In Great Falls?
Yeah.
I think the tallest building that I'm aware of was about 10 stories, and it's a big clock tower. Everything else is under 6 stories.
Wow.
But
I've never been.
Montana's
Been to Yellowstone.
like when I went back to Montana a couple was that last weekend? Or was that weekend before? Weekend before.
Weekend before, yeah.
Yeah, because we did Wonder Flavors last weekend. Like I completely forgot how friendly everybody is. Like I've been living in Washington so long that I completely forgot. Like people will come up and say, "How you doing?" and start a conversation just out of nowhere, and you're like, people from Washington don't do that.
Yeah.
Just don't just come up and say. U.S. Bank is the tallest. Yeah, U.S. Bank is the tallest building. I think the tower's a little bit taller. Missoula's a big sprawling city. So is Bozeman turned into a big sprawling city. Billings is ridiculous.
Yeah, I've been to Billings before.
Yeah, Billings is spread out and big. That's the biggest city in Montana is Billings. But yeah, like
I just
Missoula's
like that there was no speed limit.
Oh, there's a speed limit. Now there used to not be.
Yeah, that was cool. My dad and I were driving through there, and he just set cruise control at like 95, and you hope you don't run into like a bison or something.
Yeah. I mean, that was basically the unspoken rule is keep it under 100.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there was times when I was out and there was nobody around, and I would push my car as fast as it could go, and I would be doing like 120 down a hill, and you'd see a cop and he'd flash his lights at you, and you'd just slow down.
That's crazy. I would shit my pants.
Oh, the whole travel at a safe speed thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got to remember you're out there on the plains, and
Yeah.
so like you're coming down a
See
hill
for forever.
Yeah, and it's just a straight line.
See, that's what I want. I want to travel somewhere like that where I can
Yeah.
Open
take
it
my
up.
car. Yeah, like I've done it around here, but our roads are unsafe to do that on. Oklahoma roads are known for being really horrible.
That's how it felt to me when I got like down south on like my drive to Louisiana.
Well, Louisiana is terrible,
Yeah, the roads are awful
awful,
condition wise.
notoriously
Like-
awful.
The drive to Louisiana from Pennsylvania, once you got past like the Appalachian Mountains, it was just so flat and weird. And I was like, where do cops even sit here? You just drive forever. I
Yeah,
could
there's-
have got a ticket.
There's some stretches like that going west from here out towards like New Mexico, Arizona, that kind of stuff. Just long roads that are just open and flat. And you can see for miles.
Yeah, I-70s like that. I-10's like that. When you get over to the deserts, it's just. Psh. That's why if you go to Arizona, those fuckers are crazy. Driving in Arizona is nuts. But like the craziest driving experience I ever had was in Atlanta. Because I came into Atlanta and I hit the ring road to go around, and it was like bumper to bumper traffic, but everybody was doing like 95.
Oh my god, that's scary.
It was fucking insane. I'm sitting there like just white knuckling it because the roads were not great.
That's what driving in LA's like. It's just wall to wall cars and everyone's going 65, 70,
So sketchy.
bumper to bumper the whole way. It's,
Yeah. I can't do that. It's too
that's
much.
white knuckle.
Well,
And you have like lanes on like every side of you.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
All it
like
takes is
big
one
12 lane
asshole with no
interstates
blinker.
and yeah. Well, Louisiana. The reason Louisiana is as bad as it is, someone's asking out there, Hobeg. The reason that Louisiana is as bad as it is because for years they refused to change their drinking age,
Yes.
and so so you could go and drink at 18 in Louisiana.
Then
By
they
doing
didn't
that, they got themselves cut off from federal funding. That was that was what happened. They're like, okay, you're not going to change your drinking age? Fine, you get no federal funding, and so the
Yep.
roads just went to shit.
Yep.
And so they finally changed their drinking age, kind of.
Mhm.
And so they got their federal funding back, and you see all these great big huge projects, but the entire state's roads went to shit because they had no federal funding to fix anything.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's like dry, like there's giant potholes in the interstate. Like it's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like like you always had to be on point when you were driving. Like if you're driving through the backwoods to take a shortcut, like
Yep.
there was a good chance there was going to be a giant chunk of road missing, and it would just shred a tire off your car, and you'd be in the middle of fucking nowhere in Louisiana, just
Yep.
sketched out.
Or like it would rain and flood out the roads.
Yeah,
That happened.
like
a
a
lot.
major highway,
Yeah.
like wash a major highway out.
I'm just like, well, I'm stuck here now. Cool.
Yep. Well, time to turn around and see if there's a different way.
And when we
Yeah,
were down there,
Louisiana, how they change their drinking law though is like only one member of the household has to be 21, and everybody else in the household can drink.
Yep.
That's the law?
That's
Yeah.
the law. Only one
Well, I
person
couldn't
in the
believe
house
it.
has to be 21.
I
Or
couldn't believe
older.
it when I was
Married.
there. They had drive-through daiquiris.
Yes.
Oh, drive-through
Yes, they
daiquiri.
Drive-through
Drive-through
daiquiris.
anything. Drive-through anything. You could have gotten a Jack and Coke, and they would have handed it to you in a little plastic cup with a piece of the straw still over, or with a piece of the straw wrapper over the top.
That's how they do it. The piece of the fucking straw on top.
'Cause that's considered
the
a closed
non-open
container.
Yeah.
The second you took,
So you can drink it, and you just put the straw top back on. You're like, I wasn't drinking it.
yep.
Oh,
good.
man.
It's great.
Yeah, you could have beer. You could have beers as long as the caps were still on. So you like all the beers have like twist tops down there,
So
like plastic
Yeah.
bottle twist tops. Yeah, they're fucking. Louisiana's fucking crazy.
Arkansas is interesting too because we looked it up before we did anything. But we went, our Alpha chapter for the fraternity we were in is located in Arkansas, and we were going there for our national convention, and they allow, unless you are even going through the dry counties, because we checked, we actually talked to an officer at one of the gas stations that we were buying some beer from, but open container is allowed as long as the driver is not drinking.
yeah.
Mhm.
And so, like, I was driving, I told them I would DD, and everyone else in the minivan, just as soon as we crossed the border, all you hear are all these can pops
Opening.
just going, and they're passing around bottles and all sorts of stuff. I'm just sitting there like, all right, as long as y'all don't try to jump out of the car down the highway or something stupid, we'll be okay. And
Yeah.
we stopped at a gas station, and the cop was like, yeah. He was like, they were so gone already. Like, I got out of the van, and they went over and asked him drunk, and they were like, you're the DD, aren't you? I was like, yep. He was like, yeah, as long as you're the one driving and you don't hold it, you're good.
Yeah. So wild. That's
Yeah,
how it is in
Montana-
Louisiana, you can drink in the taxis and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
which is
Montana, as
wild.
long as it's not the driver, they will give you to-go cups at the end of
Yeah.
the night.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So you can order. You'd be like, all right, I'll take 5 more beers, and they'll put them
Last
to-go
call,
cups
yep.
with lids.
And
Man.
some places the drinking, the bars don't close at 2; they close at like 6.
Yep, 5 or 6 in the morning.
Crazy.
Not Montana. Montana, it's 2, pretty strictly. Unless you're on the res.
Yeah.
The res does what it wants. They don't care.
They're their own entity.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
bizarre. Because in Pennsylvania, like until
I think the res is 24 hours at the casinos.
in Pennsylvania, you can only buy beer at beer stores. Now they have them at some gas stations. It's like this weird thing, but they can't sell like gas on the same pump that they sell alcohol on.
That makes sense.
And then like, which is wild to me. Like you can go to a gas station now and get a case of beer because you could never do that when I was a kid.
Oh, so that's where we would get most of ours here.
And like
Was-
liquor stores are state-run stores.
Reno and
Go
Vegas are
to a liquor store.
24/7.
It's
That
crazy.
makes like everywhere.
Yeah, Sheets sells alcohol.
Nevada.
now, which is
Yeah, Nevada's.
Wow,
I think Nevada's pretty much 24/7 as a whole.
Yeah, the casinos here are 24/7 like that, but they're also run by the
By the
Indian
res.
nations.
Yeah.
Yep.
mm,
So they can do pretty much what they want anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the casinos around here are 24/7 too. So if I remember Reno just being so drunk in one of the hotels that I decided I was going to get in one of the fountains, and they did absolutely nothing to me. Like they came and they're like, "Are you okay, sir? You need to get out of the fountain.
get out of
Perhaps
the
you should
water.
go to your room." I was like, "Okay,
Sure.
sure."
Hey, Angela.
And then,
Thought
yeah.
you could make it.
And then it was me and my brother and a couple of our other friends were there. We were just there for a long weekend, just getting obliterated the entire time.
Yep.
And yeah, we're like, okay, got out of the fountain, went to another bar, and proceeded to drink some more.
Wild.
And then we went to the middle of the night restaurant that they had still open in the casino and got chicken fried steaks. So
Ah.
yeah, Reno, unless you're like murdering somebody in the middle of the hotel, like they do not care. They'll just be
You know what
like,
else is
"Sir, perhaps you
weird?
should go to your hotel. Perhaps you should go to your room." Okay.
You know, it's a weird rule. The thing with like strip clubs and drinking, because in Pennsylvania you can't. You have to bring your own beer, which I think is like a wild idea. But down in Louisiana, you could get whatever you want to drink. They just don't get fully nude, I guess, is the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas is. It depends on which one you're at. A lot of, at least the ones that we know of, because my friends were really into strip clubs, and that was a
Ugh,
bachelor
I
party
hate
weekend.
strip clubs. I hate them.
Yeah, we went to one in Dallas that was BYOB, and we were able to talk them into giving us a VIP booth for like a quarter of the price because it wasn't filled yet, and
Yeah.
we had like 8 guys there, and they're like, we'll give it to you for a quarter of the price, but you have to buy this thing as well, which still made it cheaper, but we had to buy like a set because they don't give you ice or anything. They don't serve alcohol there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but it was that same idea. It was one of the...
You would think that you would get all the money from the alcohol they would sell, but you would.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
most of the
weird
time,
that
by
they-
the time that you decide that it's a good idea to go to a skeezy ass strip club, you're
already
usually
wasted.
pretty into it. You're usually
Yeah.
pretty into your evening.
Yeah.
To be
You don't-
fair, this one
most
was
of
one
the-
of the nicest ones I've seen.
I had
I
like
knew
there
it was-
one of the strip clubs out in Missouri was like that though. It was bring your own beer, and it was out in the middle of fucking nowhere, like out in the middle of nowhere. So it was a sketchy ass place, but we had a good time.
Off Fort Polk, the strip club, they were smart that they would give you your change instead of ones. They would give you $2 bills. They had like the market on $2 bills, so when you were hammered and you were tipping people, you didn't realize you were giving out $2 instead of one.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never went to the strip clubs at Fort Polk. Like I
it's a bad idea.
like I knew like going out into town. I was like,
Everybody's scamming for your money there. It's terrible.
the entire Leesville, the entirety
Yeah.
of Leesville scamming, trying to get your money. Sleesville.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they refused to let major chains in. That was another thing. Like there's things that they couldn't stop. Like Walmart made its way in, and like Sonic made
they
its way in.
freaked out when Walmart made its way in too.
Oh yeah, they flipped the fuck out. But yeah, like the whole town of Leesville is owned by like 3 different families, and so the entire economy of this town is set up on getting soldiers in trouble,
Yep.
taking soldiers' money,
Yep.
and then finding a way to take more soldier money.
Yep. It's
Well, that's
so
how
scummy.
that's how a
Wow.
lot of places write off of any military installation are, though. It's like
Yeah,
up there.
it was way worse than anywhere else that I went to.
And you'd be surprised.
Like it wasn't
how
even
many
as bad as Korea. Like Korea's set up
women
to
Oh,
take
wow.
were
soldier
trying
money.
to take advantage of you, like trying to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Yep.
They could get a paycheck for the rest of their life and stuff like that. It was
Like
so
Officer and a
gross.
Gentleman?
It was gross.
Something like that.
It was like the
Yeah,
worst.
no, it's
worst
a
place.
terrible place.
Yeah, they set up car dealerships right on
Yep.
the outside of it too, because for them it's easy. They walk in and you don't really understand unless you know what you're doing. You
Mhm.
walk up, and most of them
They'll give you
if
a car.
Walk up they walk up, and if you're in your military uniform, they know how to read rank.
Yep.
So they already know what your monthly paycheck is. They know
Yep.
exactly how much you make, so they can take you to the most expensive car within your pay range and try to
Mhm.
sell you that immediately. And they will bypass certain types of paperwork and checks to just give you the car, because they know that they're gonna get money because you will always get your paycheck.
Yep.
Yep.
And then if something happens, they've been known to go to your CO,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
and they go straight to them and they say, hey, they didn't give us this month's money, and then that shit rolls downhill literally.
Yeah, you get smoked for not paying your
Uh-huh.
bills. It's
Yeah.
awful.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
rough.
I was dumb once, and I got behind on a bill, and
Mhm.
like they tried as best they could to figure out who my chain of command was, and finally wound up having to deal with me directly because I was in school at the time. I was like, there's nobody here.
Yeah,
There's
I have
nobody
chance,
here.
man,
Good luck.
Fuck you.
But I paid that bill off. Eventually, I became a responsible adult, but it took me a long fucking time. I had bad credit for a long time.
The coolest thing in the military for getting out of work was when you were getting your cable hooked up,
Mm-hmm.
because they would tell you, you know, it's between this hour and this hour. So then you could tell your CO you had to wait in your bunk, like in your room, for that amount of time, and you could always get out of work for that. That was guaranteed getting out of work. It's pretty sweet.
That's true, Cherokee. Yeah, if you're not from if you're not from the Leesville area, they will attempt to butt rape you. Because going through the town, like there's a major highway
Mm-hmm.
going through the town, and the speed limit changes like 6 times as you're going through Leesville. So
Speed trap.
up,
Yeah.
down, up, down, up, down, and yeah, no, it's one long running speed trap going through this city.
Yep.
And it's like $270 if you get caught speeding even like 2 miles over the speed limit. Like they will
But
hit you. Yeah,
The
they will
only
hit
good
you.
thing, I think it's a good thing, but also they do it because they want more money, is you don't get points in Louisiana. You just get fines.
Yeah, it's all
Like, I got
fines.
pulled over for doing like 100 and something, and I was like, I did like a 24-hour shift, so I was all like tired, and I got out of the car, I was smoking a cigarette, and I was like, how many points is this gonna add to my license? And he was like, we don't do points here. And I was like, I just pay a fine? That's awesome. Why would I ever stop speeding?
Yeah, that's why Montana is too. That's why Montana is too. If you pay on the spot, there's absolutely nothing that goes onto your record.
Great.
And the tickets in Montana actually aren't that bad.
Oh man, I wish that would happen here.
Yeah.
I think here recently I finally got my first points put on my license.
Oof.
I was in the Mustang passing a truck that had that was dumping stuff every time it hit a bump behind it. So I went to go around it, and we were doing like 50 because I was in the slow lane. I was going to exit, and I just sped up real quick to go past him. And the cop saw me, and he was like, "I caught you doing like 87 and a 60."
What?
And I was like, "You're right. I was trying to pass this truck."
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, you should probably pass slower." I was like, "You want to get in a car that has power and tell me that it's, you know," it's like you push it in,
Slower.
you push it in a quarter of the way, and it drops 2 gears, and you're
Yeah.
still going.
Wow.
I didn't say that to him. That was in my mind because
Yes.
you know, but you know, I took my fine, I paid it, but I'm pretty sure that actually put points, like 2 or 3 points on my license. Which
Can't
will
you
go.
take a class and make the points go away?
The way they do it here is generally, if you get points added to your license, if you have no more violations within the 6 months of the day that the points hit your license, they fall off.
Yeah.
Ours are
Oh.
a year. And the points don't really matter until you get so high where you're gonna lose your license. Then you're like, oh,
See, our
shit.
points for that I think is low. It's something like 5 or 6.
I think
To
ours
So,
lose
like,
your
it
license
was
to
like
get suspended for
13.
6 months.
Yeah,
Wow.
but then your insurance goes sky high on that too,
Yeah.
though.
Yep.
So that's why you got to get it off your license.
Yep.
Get points out of there.
One
I
of the
went to court on like every speeding ticket I've ever gotten.
Yeah, I had a problem with one of the DAs here because I was on my motorcycle and went down on it on a country road, and I was in the hospital getting X-rays and stuff, and the sheriff that had came on the 911 call while I'm getting X-rays and all that gives my wife a $360 or fiance at the
What a
time,
fucker.
and he gives her the ticket and was like, "Did you know he didn't have his endorsement?" And she played stupid. She was like, "I figured if he was writing, he had it." And so he gave me the ticket. So I go to the courthouse and I go talk to the DA. I'm like, "What do I have to do to get this taken off the record after?" And
Yeah.
his first response is, "You did this knowingly. I'm not going to expunge or waive anything." And so in front of like the 5 other people there, I kind of got a little rude, and I was like, "I didn't ask you to take it off my license right now. I asked what can be done in the future to get everything removed if I, behave." And he was like, "Nothing."
What
And
a
I
dick.
walked out, and I went to the court clerk right there, because I was like, okay, I want to pay my fine and this and that. And they were like, what are you doing? And I told them what the DA said, and they were like, all you have to do is go get your motorcycle endorsement within the next 30 days, come back to us, we cut the ticket in half, and you have no points on your license.
Nice.
And I'm
What a
like,
dick.
I was like, why didn't the DA say that? And even the court clerk there was like, he's
a dick.
It's
yeah.
a dick.
And I was
He's
like,
the
okay.
worst.
So that following Monday, I went and got my endorsement and went back up there and paid the $180 that I had to, and I had no points, no nothing.
So you have a Mustang, you have motorcycles. Are you like a badass?
I did have motorcycles.
Because you're like a
He
nerd,
is a
though.
badass. He puts lavender in everything. He is
You're a
bad for
nerd.
the ass.
Do you not know that you're a nerd?
I'm a super nerd.
Yeah, but then you have like cool cars. What's going on? And you work out? What nerd works out?
And he vapes stacked
Oh.
to 26 650s.
Yeah,
Get with the program.
one of my friends, he told me too, because I worked as a software engineer when I was working with them, and they're like, because we were talking about D&D, and we actually brought them over to play D&D one night. I taught them how to play, and he was like, you are the coolest super nerd I've ever known.
Yeah.
He was like, I normally don't hang out with people like you.
Mhm.
I'm like, you need to broaden your horizons, bud.
Yeah, I don't know how to play D&D.
Oh, it's
That's
so
what we were
much
talking
fun.
about, running a campaign on Friday, on a Friday
Sounds
night.
so
like
much
it would
fun.
be fun.
It is.
We'll have to have Slash a DM for us if we do.
It's not too bad.
My only experience with any sort of D&D is the limited exposure they give it in the X-Files, because the Lone Gunman played D&D,
Yep.
and the Big Bang Theory.
Who's the DM on Critical?
Matt Mercer.
That dude is fucking amazing.
So
What's
he
a
is
DM, a Dungeon Master?
Dungeon Master.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm one of those.
And the guy like, that's the
I'm a
person
level
who runs
12
the
DM.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who kind of comes up with everything and runs it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, different things.
Different thing, huh, Max?
Just watching what he comes up, with on the fly, because those guys try and ruin his campaign every once in a while.
Well, like in the most recent campaign they're doing, they went on a path that he completely did not expect in the first part of it. And he was like, now I have to literally go and create new story. And it's great. I mean, we used to do that because I played with Verve and Skittles, and we had some fun, and we would do the same thing. Just try to do stupid crap that would throw them off, and they'd
Teach
have
me
to
be a nerd like you.
Yes,
Lavender.
Adam.
No.
Freaking lavender. So you should. Fresh is the one who said it, and we did let Brian from the Vapor Chronicles try it. A good intro to lavender from what we've tried is my lavender peanut butter ice cream.
Absolutely.
It
See the
is.
face I'm making?
Yeah.
So trust me when I say that it is a great intro to that. If you're gonna skip the hibiscus and the
Honeysuckle.
and wow, cherry blossom type
Cherry
idea.
blossom's good.
They're good intros in general, but if you're gonna skip the deep sweet part of the floral and actually go to a like brighter floral like that, then that's a good way to do it. Yes.
Do you have a
Sorry?
good honeysuckle recipe?
I would have to check. I think I did a cantrip, an ode to cantrip,
Mm-hmm.
and I did play around with it, and surprisingly, it's really good. But it uses like carrot and honeysuckle and
Why did you have to make it weirder?
I mean, carrot.
so the way that Shindo made cantrips was he used, if I'm correct, it was honeysuckle. It could have been cherry blossom. I'd have to remember. But the floral he used, everything he used bolstered that floral up and played with it. And what I did was the complete opposite. I used that same floral and I just did flavor pairings all the way around it. Instead of boosting one flavor, I kind of just paired it with everything. So when you got a little bit of everything, it just blended really well. And yes, carrot.
And you must love salad.
Not really.
I don't want to believe that then.
Give me my straight red meat.
So, yeah, anybody, there's a couple of people out there that they heard you say the peanut butter lavender ice cream.
I'll go find it real
You
quick
have
and link
no
it.
idea how good that vape is. You have no idea how good that stuff is.
And when you see the other thing in it, don't freak out. I think I explain it in there why it's in there, because I did a real heavy development explanation. But there is a tiny bit of anise.
Yeah.
And I also spoke with Fear
the black
and
licorice.
Yep.
Okay.
Talking with Fear and ID10T, apparently I had found something that was one of the little floral secrets that they kind of kept in their back pocket a little bit. But there's a way that it plays around with everything and it blends it very well.
Yeah. And it actually makes the lavender taste fresher.
Mm-hmm.
Without tasting the black licorice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you actually let it sit.
Yeah, you have to let it sit for. Generally, it's about 2 weeks, but I think it gets way better like right at a month. It's a really, really good recipe. But
and then I have because I did a trinity of Indian-inspired ice creams. And so the first one was Krishna, which is a fig, honey, and toasted almond ice cream. And then the next one I did was, let me find it. I did Vishnu, which is the lavender, peanut butter, and marshmallow ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And
Everything
then
but lavender sounds good.
Then the next one was Shiva, which is saffron, rose, and pistachio.
Man, you just like
he's got
You have-
like Slasher has some
or-
recipes that you just think are so freaking weird.
Well,
they
And then
all
you-
sound so weird. The
Can you imagine
combinations.
just meeting him like for the first time, like he drives these cool cars, he's a nerd, he's so strong and beautiful,
Yeah.
vapes
So
this
strong
weird
and beautiful.
stuff.
Vapes lavender.
He's
You're
got it
literally
all
the most
going on,
awesome
right?
Person. Yeah,
Look at Mrs. Slash. She's a lucky lady.
She is
Yeah.
lucky.
he got
I'm
it.
the lucky one.
Are you guys rocky at all? Can I squeeze in there?
Are you still
Alright.
doing your? Are you still playing with your snakes
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
yeah.
And you do snakes.
and snakes?
What a
He
weirdo.
does snakes.
He does them.
He raises. He can't
He
just.
has sex with snakes.
No. That's the way you don't want it to be.
Yeah, you don't want that, and you don't really want to because they all have hooks in the back and they latch onto each other, and that just be
Ooh.
painful.
Ooh.
Yeah, they have two little hooks
Tell
back
me
near
about it.
their reproductive organs, and they were thought of to be like vestigial limbs at some point that they just lost use. But whenever they mate, they will actually kind of hook into each other, and they lock is the word, and they
Yeah.
actually lock into each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Those must be powerful. Oh.
Friction is
you
like,
need
where's my
legs to hold on.
vestigials?
Oh yeah, there's a little lemon Sicily in there to kind of bump up the floral, citrus and floral. By the way, guys, for all of you out there, it's kind of one of those pocket secrets that it helps blend and bring flavors up without actually tasting things. So like with that lemon Sicily in there, it helps play with the lavender, and it can make it taste a little more natural. And then the anise in there, because anise and lavender go very well together, it also plays with that lavender, and it rounds it out to be a very not sharp lavender.
Yeah.
So yeah, Frank, the lemon Sicily fades but it's not in there for flavor at all. It is in there to kind of act with the florals. So you don't taste it, but it plays with the floral. Because I've actually tested one with and one without at like a 1 month mark, and the lavender and the one without is a little more dull, and it seems to fade. Where with the lemon Sicily, it's just like putting lemon in with berries like blueberry and those darker berries. It helps them pop and stay kind of on top.
Like
Yes.
Steve Savage, what are you trying to do? Get a decent salt shake? Like what are you trying to add salt to a recipe?
I finally tasted my recipe and it is delicious.
Nice.
Good. Very
I'm
nice.
gonna-
It sounded delicious.
Make it public. There's the link. I never do that.
Ooh, got a link from him.
We got a
Is
friction
that
recipe,
good?
a live friction recipe.
I don't think I ever made any ELR recipes real. So that's pretty impressive.
Swaggy Shane says he's gonna fix your
I'm curious what he means by fix,
Yeah,
because you're not
fix
going to
it.
remove my love for florals. I have
Like what-
one. I think Max has tried it. It's a floral tobacco, and it's it was a really weird one, but it came together very well.
What one was that one?
I'm gonna go look that one up too.
Didn't you have one with cardamom in it too?
I did.
I
is
tried a
cardamom?
cardamom and oh man, that didn't taste good at all. I must have done
See.
something wrong with that thing.
and then I have the Cider one, which is a Elderflower Cider.
I wonder which show you did that on.
Oh yeah. I'd have to find that weird one. And I have that Ichabod Crane one, which is the apple filling and apricot and cranberry tobacco.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Oh, see now.
Was it this one? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Which one is it?
Boy, I'm gonna post it. Chat.
I say you can butcher it.
Yeah, if anybody's curious what that, you can go watch that episode of Fresh from the Kitchen where we did where we had Slasha on and we had him we had Brian vape that lavender peanut butter ice cream, and you'll see the surprise on Brian's face when he vaped it.
He was extremely hesitant
Yeah.
to vape it. Like it took convincing, even though
Well, I had to
he
mix it
had
for him.
it.
He wouldn't
Yeah.
he wouldn't mix it on his own. I had to mix it for him and send it to him, and he enjoyed the shit out of it.
I think the weirdest vape juice I ever vaped was grack juice.
That one is weird.
And I was like, never again. This
What
is
was
so
that?
weird and so gross. It was by Philosophucker, I think.
Yep.
I don't
It-
even remember what was in it, but it was just like bizarre.
It's divisive because it uses Inaware grape.
I'll look it up for you and give you a link.
This was a good recipe too.
Which one was this one? Oh, yeah. It was a German cigar.
Was
Blood
that the
orange. This one is not the one, but this one was also another weird floral tobacco.
Yeah, I didn't try this one because I don't really like Cavendish in it, or like I don't like Cavendish.
I'm not a huge fan of it either.
It's a weird one.
Ooh, it's almost time to make Pacifico again.
Oh, that one's good.
That is a great summer tobacco.
Yeah, I'm going through. I'll find that weird one for you. Because there was that. Let's see. There it is. It's called Grounded. It's got 7 leaves, cured tobacco, green tea, honey, lavender, and vanilla.
Oh, I didn't try that one because I didn't have 7 leaves.
Dude, I was surprised at how much I enjoyed 7 leaves from
That
FA.
tobacco.
Yes.
Friction, I see that problem in that grack juice. They use Inaware cactus at 2.25.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But there's a reason behind it. Like I can't say it works because you either love it or you hate it. I don't think there's anyone that says that grack juice is
It's
just
middle of the
okay.
road, yeah.
It's one or the other.
I just remember everyone was talking about it, and I was like, all right, I'll mix it. And this was back when I would make, that's way too many flavors for me. And I made it, and I was like, nope.
So yeah, and this is another, it's a fairly good introduction to a floral. It's just because it's got both cherry blossoms, the real deep and sweet one, but it also has the very floral one, and it makes a very rounded cherry blossom flavor. But then it's got vanilla bean ice cream, vanilla custard, vanilla swirl, very creamy, deep type taste. So the florals aren't extremely overpowering and make you hate it.
I think I've tried this one.
I think you mentioned you tried it.
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
And then if it's too floral for you, you can literally just open it up and put more TPA cherry blossom in it, and it'll sweeten it up even more and kind of drop the floral.
That mamoul though is so good.
Dude, you came up with an amazing idea for that one.
That one's so good. People can't be afraid of AM4A anymore. It's so good.
AM4A is amazing for that weird fig date style flavor.
That's like my favorite, what is it? Like a rum raisin type of flavor. You
Yep.
can cheat and use that. It's a little secret. A lot of people don't want to try it, so I just tell people now.
Oh, dude, I love rum raisin.
Yeah, like a lot of the other, like the pre-built ones, or even the ones that people try to make, like, I don't know, I just like AM4A for it because it's got like a little bit of like a rum note. The thing with that one, everybody tastes something different.
Yes.
It's really polarizing. Like nobody really agrees with it. Some people even get chocolate out of it.
Yep. And for me, I get that kind of weird, dried, sugary fruit note, that date or fig or deep raisin, that type of style flavor.
That's what I get from it.
Yep.
Kind of like a chewing tobacco kind of, but like it's like really damp, but mostly what I get is dried fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And like interesting. It's my favorite like aromatic tobacco.
I can see
Put
that.
it in everything. So good.
So if it comes to aromatic, in my opinion, I still have to go back to Flavora Turkish.
Yeah, Turkish is good too.
So bright and spicy.
Yeah. A lot
And
of people don't use that one.
No, they don't, and they need to, because it's an amazing filler.
Yeah.
I mean, as the main note in a tobacco, it can be a little hard to work with, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It needs some supporting flavors. But if you just put it in to fill, kind of like a cedar, wood spice, putting wood spice in to kind of fill some gaps.
Yeah. I like it with Oriental as like the base tobacco, and then Turkish as like the brighter one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go a little bit crazier with like that golden, spicy color that you get from it.
Yeah, like Turkish it's a great top note. It does not get very deep.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, AM4A is one of my weird favorite sweet tobaccos because it's thick. Like if you vape it by itself, it's a very thick, sweet tobacco. It's similar, in my opinion, to like 7 Leaves Ultimate. 7 Leaves is kind of a wet, thick style tobacco.
I'm gonna have to pick that up. I hear that out of all the flavor art ones, that's one that people recommend.
I would say that I've bought several flavor art ones, and that is one that I've kept.
Yeah, I never played with any of them.
Yeah, that one's really good. Man, now I need to start getting back into weird tobaccos.
They're fun. They're fun.
I want to get some of those herbs and throw them in tobacco.
I was gonna say, get a little bit of that swaggy herbage going on. Sprinkle.
Oh, you could have some fun, because then you start mixing it in with a lavage, and get that weird, get that weird wet celery type style that you have to really play with.
you just say wet celery?
Yes, that's what lavage
So-
root tastes like.
Yeah,
What
if
is
you
wrong with you?
if you put it if you put it too high, you pretty much get a soggy celery. But if you put it low enough, it is also another really good gap filler, but it also brings along its own wet green note, if you will.
Like that, but
Sure.
you don't like bell pepper. Weird.
So strange.
Me, I love bell peppers.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't like the FA tobaccos because you get like a bell
Oh,
pepper from them.
vaping the bell pepper, no. I hate
Yeah.
them. And most of the FA I've tried pretty much every FA I could get my hands on. And only 2 of them or 3 of them do not have that bell pepper note to me.
Wow.
They stick
Like,
that bell pepper note in a lot of things, though. Like they're
I'm
red.
not a
They're
fan
red
of-
beans. They're red beans. All fucking peppers.
Yeah, like that dark
Yes.
vapor, I'm not a fan of it.
These vape train melons are fucking good.
Right?
Yeah.
My pineapple soda's good.
This is banging. I'm
I
glad
need to
made it
get some
50.
VTA.
TA's got a lot of good stuff. They got a pretty wild range.
Oh
what's
yeah.
what's their pudding base like?
Yeah, I have that.
Right.
I wanted to know how it
Pudding
is.
pudding base is like butter and acetylpyrrazine together.
Yeah, just reminds me of, like the most bready flavor you can get.
Yeah.
But it does have butter in it. It's like sweet butter.
That sounds good.
It's good.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
people
great.
would
It's
syrup,
great for adding to
like-
bakeries.
Yeah. It's got
Nope.
like a savory quality to it.
Add it to a tobacco.
Yeah.
Has
yeah.
anybody tried their carrot cake?
You've tried carrot cake? Yes. It's kind of a spicy cake. It's about all there is to it. You have to add everything else to it. Like if you want walnuts, you'll have to add the walnuts. If you want cream cheese frosting, you have to add your cream cheese frosting.
Guinea hippo. I was worried about that too, but vaping tobacco and smoking cigarettes are like totally fucking different.
Yeah, very, very different things.
Like when it comes to the tobacco flavors that we use and that we have access to, Fresh had to work his ass off to put together a mix that tasted like a cigarette.
I did.
Everything else, it's if you've ever gone and like smelled a really good cigar or really good loose leaf tobacco, that's what you're tasting.
Before they light it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you taste when you vape. You get a full flavor. You don't get smoke and ash unless you put
You
something
want
in like a Flavora, what is that? Commercial cigarette.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then that really gets you, like, you add a drop of that and you get ash. Like
yeah, you get
they,
the whole ashtray.
and then Fresh did put something together that I did try, and I had to put it down because I don't enjoy the taste of cigarettes. It was spot on, like Marlboro Red 100. It was insane. Yeah,
think-
sweet cigarettes the same way too.
D&B is delicious. I don't think that tastes like a cigarette.
It
It's
tastes
just called DNB. It's not short for anything.
dirty neutral base.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It, yeah, I think Max has a lot more experience than I do. I get a dirty taste out of it, but I wouldn't call it like an ashtray taste.
It's just like dark and it's not smoky either. It's kind of dirty and earthy.
It's kind of like whenever we talk about RY4 double,
Yeah.
how it's dirty, but it's not. It's very earthy but it's not like dirt or anything like that. That kind of idea.
It doesn't have that scratchiness too either to me, and it's actually a little sweet.
What
to
DMB?
me. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's pretty sweet.
Yep.
And I'll go to like 2% with that because Chemical Burn Victim did it, and I'm not gonna say he doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, he for sure knows.
That stuff's so good.
Yeah, I did some learning from his tobaccos.
He's the best, man.
I think I got
Him
to
and
talk
Peter.
to him on an episode or two.
Every
He's
time
super
he's on Noted, even though I don't know what you guys are talking about, especially with tobaccos. Like sometimes you'll say like this one has a leather note, and it's bad, and then in another one you're like, this has a great leather note, or this is a great ashy note.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's like how, like, in Awera Blackfur pipe, everybody hates pepper, but everybody loves that flavor for the peppercorn note.
Hmm.
It's like some people hate it, and then some people really like it.
So bizarre.
But
Yeah.
Blackfur pipe is really good because it's got an interesting, like, black pepper note.
Yeah, you put a tiny, and it's strong, so you put a tiny bit, like a drop in a full mix.
Yeah. Or you smother it with other stuff.
Yep. It's the same idea. I guess the closest I can analogize to it is like colognes and perfumes and things like that,
Yeah.
where you can smell all these different pieces to it, but when it comes together, you don't really notice the single piece. You notice the overall.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you aim for with tobaccos. It's, to me at least, I don't go for an overall taste generally. I go for,
Like
or a
feeling
single
or a
taste.
mood.
I go for, yes, exactly. Like
Yeah.
there was one, I think I have one out here called Lone Star. And that's the idea behind it was, Lone Star, yeah, Lone Star sauce is what it's called. And like the idea was, what do people think of when they think of a man type idea? Bourbon, tobacco, cigar, leather, wood spices for cologne, all of this. So I put it all together into a vape and went for an overall flavor. And so,
Man.
Oh, man.
Yep.
You want a vape guy? This is
You
it.
wanted to
big
vape
guy.
that man.
Mm.
Yep. And so it's got a heavy tobacco note to it, but then it's got hints of bourbon, wood, coffee, like it's got some wheat in it, it's got wood spice. So it's kind of just an overall flavor that you're heading towards.
That's
Uh,
smart.
a step into that guy's day.
Yeah.
Got the coffee. He's doing some building some furniture.
Working up a
Who's a
good
pol-
sweat.
He was upholstering a chair.
Yeah.
All it's missing is some sort of musk.
Mm.
Yeah.
Must.
I've got that TFA musk candy.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
so
an
that,
Australian thing, isn't it?
Wasn't Skittles on a musk kick for like forever?
yes.
Oh.
I don't know. Was he trolling people or was that like genuine?
I think it was a mix. I think he was disguising it as a troll, but he was really on it.
He was super into it.
Yep.
Because he was doing it in like a pod, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was like, oh, it's like 10% like sweet musk. It's like, dude, why?
Oh, man.
I truly think he enjoyed it, but didn't want people to think he enjoyed it. And so it was like half troll, half this is good.
It was
That'd
like
be
a
like-
year and a half worth of shows. Like I would see him, I would like be on a show with him like once every 6 months, and he would still be sucking away on a pod full of musk.
Oh.
He likes it then.
At least that's what he was telling people.
I took a whiff of it. It smells like men's aftershave.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
gross.
I know.
But yeah, so kind of take that approach if you ever look into mixing tobaccos once you get into it, is what is the end goal, not what is, I want to make sure you can taste each piece, because you really don't. You want to taste what it all turns into together.
Yeah.
It's like you put a bunch of fruits together and you make a whole different fruit.
There you go. Yeah. That idea. What is it going to turn into?
I just don't like when people throw like dessert tobaccos together and they just like throw like a tobacco in there.
Ooh, juniper and pine? Swaggy, you are my savior.
Pine I can get down with. Juniper.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
I'm not a
Pine is
huge juniper
gross.
fan, but I could see that going in some places. Pine. I'd be
Fresh Larry
curious.
wants to come in.
I'd be curious, Swaggy, if you could do some sort of like woods, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but not
You know, like-
oak.
Yeah, we have
don't need
plenty of
oak.
oak. But things like, cedar or
Cedar.
sandal or birch, things like that.
Junipers for Larry. Yeah.
Honestly, like a straight up leather, like give us the things to mix to put together into a tobacco. Like I would kill for just a solid leather.
I don't know if I could get more disgusted
Slash
in my
a-
face.
Slash of 2020. I would kill for just a solid leather.
Yeah.
In the men and leather.
Larry, you're more than welcome to jump in, but we're probably hopping off here in a minute. So we've been at it for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tobacco talk can take a tangent. Sorry.
Yeah, we took it. Yeah, I mean,
I
we
like it.
started on Aussies and we moved into tobaccos. So
It kind of fits, right?
it kind of fits with what's going on. There he is.
There he
What's up?
Deadliest mixer in the galaxy.
Hey.
Not much. Short day at work.
Excellent.
Nothing wrong with that.
Glad to be working, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
As much as one can be glad to be working.
Closed tomorrow, so that's a plus.
Man, we extended
Plus.
that VSO sale quite a while, didn't we, Swaggy Shane? 30% off right now, everybody, till the end of the show. Figure we'll go. What time is it? Let's go
Last
till
chance
12:30. Let's go till 12:30. 7 more minutes.
30%.
Coupon code FRUMI, 30% till the end of the show. So get that VSO bitters. That VSO bitters is really nice.
Get
Yes,
the pineapple too. That's some damn fine pineapple.
Right? It's like pineapple juice. It's wonderful.
It is. It's beautiful.
That bitters works amazingly well for your whiskey cocktails.
Nice. Yeah, I mean the things that Swaggy Shane's talking about. I mean, it's going to be a really, really niche crowd that's going to be looking for him. So Swaggy, you know that you'll be okay with small batches, but
Yeah, he's not wrong.
yeah, but I mean, some of the
You're gonna hit the niche crowd of the savory vapors, and then depending on where you go with some of that.
But I mean, that also opens them up to trying the rest of the VSO flavors, which if
Oh,
people
yeah.
haven't tried the VSO flavors, they're absolutely wonderful. I think we're doing VSO next weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
like honestly, a wood concentrate would be amazing.
Yeah, incredible to do that.
Like I could totally get behind some of that pine and rosemary to throw into some tobaccos, and then
What was your childhood like? Dear Lord.
Incredible. And look how
Yeah.
it turned out.
Fake wood.
Yeah.
So gross.
You don't like when you're
So,
woodworking
like
or
fresh
something.
cut
and
wood?
smell it? Yeah.
No, I don't want to vape it.
Oh, I do.
yep.
Do you want to vape fresh cut grass or gasoline? I like the smell of gasoline.
I
Yeah,
like the
I do.
smell of.
If you like the smell of gasoline, just go take some of that saffron up to about 1.5% and vape it, or the pistachio. It's just as bad. It's like diesel.
Magic markers.
Oh, I can't stand the smell of diesel.
Yeah, it's too sweet. It's like sweet and oily.
Diesel is horrible.
But yeah, like throwing some pieces together to make a good tobacco. I think that group of people is growing in the mixing world. More and more people are getting into it because they're realizing it's not vaping a cigarette.
Right. You got more complexity when you can do that too. Like it's
Mhm.
way more interesting. Like the people who really like tobaccos probably should vape them because you can vape a lot more interesting shit than you can of just cigars and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
that's
not going to
true.
compare, but you do get a lot more range.
Oh yeah, and you can still have some fun with some of the chocolates out there and stuff. Some of those real dry chocolates or real dry, like vanilla custard V2, by the way, for all of you who don't know, is an amazing cigar tobacco because it's not wet. It's a drier vanilla. And so if you drop that down in there, it really goes well. Smooth vanilla from Flavora.
Yeah, that's
It's
a great tobacco vanilla.
It's a great vanilla. You can throw, like I said, dry chocolates. You can get into the the fruits. Like Tropico is a coconut lime cigar.
Yeah, Tropico. That when I said Pacifico, I meant Tropico.
Yeah.
You knew what I meant.
Yep.
Yeah, that one
there's-
surprised the shit out of me. I didn't think I was going to enjoy that nearly as much as I did, and I vaped like 90 mils in a week.
I think I actually had to bug you a few times because I wanted you to try it, and you're like, I don't want to. I was like, just do it, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Please. Okay, finally did. And he was like, okay.
I get it.
I get it.
I think you should for sure remix it.
You think so with some of the newer flavors?
Persian lime, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, with Persian would be really good in that mix. Tommy Vapor gets wood every time he thinks of Fresh 03. How many bottles of FA Oakwood do you got then, homie? That's gonna be getting expensive. It's gonna be expensive with a fairly useless flavor. Actually, it's not useless. It's
I love
it's
FA
actually pretty
Oakwood.
darn good.
I hate TFA Red Oak though.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm an Oakwood fan. I have a 4-ounce
Yeah.
bottle sitting back there.
Yeah, FA Oakwood's pretty. Yeah, Larry, if you wanted to do your charred oak, you could probably do that with some Blackfire and some FA Oakwood.
Yeah,
Flavor bourbon.
yeah. 'cause
Flavor
it's got a
bourbon's
charred
so
note.
good.
Or no. What do they have? Barrel oak or something?
Barrel oak,
That
Yeah.
one.
oak barrel, whatever
Oak barrel.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's really good. It's got an amazing like charred oak taste to it.
Yeah, that one's really good.
And it's on the Mandalorian's list.
Yeah,
I
Black
guess
Fire
Strawberry.
that might be a little too overbearing.
Yeah, Black Fire is almost like toothpick into it.
Yeah, like
It's so strong and like it tastes like smoke to me. Like,
I go pretty high with it.
see, I can't. I
I'll
tried making a s'mores and using Black Fire as the actual smoke to it,
Yeah.
and I put like a drop instead of like a toothpick stir, and it overpowered everything.
R14 double.
Love RY4 double.
Put
It's
that in
one of-
there.
It's one of my what's the word for it? Guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so many people hate it, and I'm like, no, I will vape that thing at 10% straight.
That tastes so good.
I used to hate it, but now I love it.
Never vaped it. I have it.
But I was
What?
accused of starting
Yeah.
smoking again because people said you smell like cigarettes again. Are you
Oh,
smoking?
really?
And that's the only thing I was doing different was had that Rye 4 double.
That's.
And when I vaped it, I'm like, I could vape this the rest of my life. It's so freaking good, you know? And then people started saying that, and I'm like, okay, I can't vape it.
yeah, that's that Gato light. Like it made my whole place smell like a cigarette. I was like,
Oh, yeah?
yeah. But I mean, I put the recipe out because I thought it would help people quit smoking, and apparently that's the crowd that it caters to. It's
Yeah.
gotten-
Yeah, your mix was just so spot on. Like I said, I had to put it down.
It fucking
I couldn't
terrified
keep-
me.
Didn't somebody else make one like that too?
The original recipe I based it off of was one of Juice Fairy's. It's one of Juice Fairy's recipes.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
she had
yeah,
done
right, yeah.
she had done the same thing. She had done the same thing. She had tried. I
Didn't
think I used her
Cocaine do
tobacco
it?
percentages. Her tobacco percentages. I changed a couple things, and then I threw in FA Shade, which is ashy as fuck. And then I threw whiskey in, just for some harshness. And
I'm
it
gonna-
wound up like I took a vape off it, and I was like, oh Jesus, no.
Yeah, and
I had
it
to-
gave you that. It gave you that throat hit even
Yeah.
of like taking a pull, taking a drag, and it burned, and I was
Yeah.
like, holy crap.
Does it need to steep
Wow.
or like better when it doesn't?
It gets better over a couple days, but like right off the bat, it's a lit cigarette.
So
Mhm.
it's probably better like off like more accurate off the shade.
Yeah, but it's got red burley. It's got red burley, shade. That might be it as far as tobaccos go. No, there's something else in there that I threw in there.
I'm opening it up right
And
now.
then
You
some
got Red
whiskey.
Burley, shade, and whiskey.
It's just red burley, shade, and whiskey.
That's what EOR is.
Yeah, and then that's
Yep.
it.
That's it, because it was the shade that throws that over the edge into
Yeah,
lit
it's
cigarette.
because shade's what I used to use for my backwoods blueberry when I was still really, really into that. So I just happened to have the flavor sitting around. I'm like, that's kind of ashy. Fuck it, I'll throw it in. Yeah, And yeah, everything kind of fades over about a week, and then the red burley kind of goes ah.
Yep, it does its
And
thing.
then yeah, at that point, I mean, you're still getting lit cigarette, but right away it is terrifying lit cigarette. So if you got somebody that wants a cigarette flavor, go for it. Go for
What's
it.
it called again?
I will got a light.
Like,
And I will
No.
never vape that stuff again. Like that terrified me. Like
I'm
vaping
gonna have
that,
to
I
try
was like
that.
I was like, what the fuck have I done?
The second one the first one is Freshes that I put in chat, but the second one was, I think this was the one I was thinking about, smoked from
Yeah.
Chemical Burn Victim.
Yep.
I have to try this because I have everything.
Bobby Craig, yes, menthol works. You can turn that into a Newport if you want.
Wow.
Just whatever your favored percentage of your favored menthol is. But yeah,
Oh,
that
I
stuff.
have to get that shade.
The shade is a really. I always thought it was a really, really good tobacco. Like it doesn't have the green pepper note. It's got a little bit of ashiness, but there's some real deep darkness to it.
The folk art liked that one, and he's not a tobacco guy.
Yeah, and like I used it for a backwoods blueberry that I vaped for years. Like that was my going to sleep vape. I'm not sure if anybody else has a going to sleep vape, but that was my going to sleep vape for years. Like I would just sit on the couch with that and just slowly go out.
That kind of reminds me that I need to go and see if someone else has done anything with it. We were talking about tobaccos. One thing that really got me into it was I found a e-liquid because I'm really good friends with the owners at the one down the street that I go to at the shop, and they would let me try some of the samples and stuff, and they would get my opinion, and I got commissioned to, whenever I was selling my line through their shop as well, they commissioned me to pretty much make a more or less a clone of one of them. And I had that Golden Tennessee. It is a maple red burley,
Ooh,
and it's super dry. It's oak, maple, and red burley, but it's very dry, very good. And I did my remake of it, which, after finding out that I'm a maple mute, which explains a lot in some of the recipes I've made, I'm trying to go and see if anyone has done anything since I did to try to figure that one out. Because I could vape that specifically by itself for the rest of my life and be happy if that was the only e-liquid I had left.
wow.
Bobby, if you're gonna do that recipe for your dad, I'd recommend pulling your percentages back slightly. The one thing that people have said about it is it can get kind of cigar-y for a couple days. So if you drop your percentages back a little bit, because cools really don't taste like a whole lot more than menthol.
Yeah.
So I would drop the percentages back a little bit, just not a lot. And then
Cool's the ones that would
hit
give
your
you
hit
the
your
green
menthol hit your
cigarette.
menthol a little harder.
What was that, Friction?
Are Cool's the ones that would give you a green cigarette in the pack?
Yes.
I don't remember that, but I never smoked cools.
And they had like a slide pack too, right?
Pretty sure they had a 5-pack at one point. But yeah, it's definitely the God of Light as it is would be a deeper tobacco than your dad would probably be looking for. So you just kind of you want to give him kind of a hint of tobacco and then hit him with that menthol. So,
What's a slide pack?
Slit open sideways.
slit open.
Like push them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wouldn't push
Arctic
it.
Winter is a good choice for menthol, but this is a good jumping off point, everybody. We've been going for over 2.5 hours now. Got a tobacco education though. That's why I was inclined to let that go, because you don't getting folks like Max and Slasha on a tangent when they're talking about something that they're both really, really, really good at. That's an educational experience for anybody who's willing to listen about tobaccos. And tobaccos can be just absolutely wonderful vapes. And don't be scared of them. It's not like smoking a cigarette. Not at all like smoking a cigarette. It's all about that flavor profile and how things mix. And yeah, Chemical Burn Victim's a great guy to go look at. Fear's a great tobacco guy to go look at. Go look at Max's recipes. Go look at Slashy's recipes. Check them out. Like it can be a lot. It can be a lot different than anything you vaped, and it may be the thing that you're looking for. Yeah, Verb. Go look at Verb. Good call, Duncan Yo-Yo. Duncan Yo-Yo's got some really great tobacco recipes too. So go check folks out.
Because I'm usually vaping things that I would eat, and then tobacco is like so outside that realm. It's wild.
Yeah, there can be some really, really just bizarre profiles that you wouldn't even think of, and you vape it and you're like, okay, that's one of the most pleasant sensory experiences I've ever had. So
I'm actually about to go to Facebook and go to Torden. I think they actually end up going out of business, but I could be wrong. I need to hit them up and see if they'll give me the recipes.
Hell yeah. So let's start going around the room. We'll get the heck on out of Dodge. Let's start with Dimlin. She looks distracted.
Oh, good one. Yeah, I just like to come here on Saturdays, and on Mondays I go on Wendy Vape Show, and we do a lot of mixing on that show. Other than that, I'm just in the chat all the time, and I want to give a big shout out to Aussies. Great job getting your nicotine back. I was so worried about it. Keep up the good fight. Got to keep fighting. And that's about it.
Hell
Everybody
yeah.
be safe.
Thank you, Dimlin. Let's throw it over to the man behind the curtain. He's on shows and you never know it. What's up, Friction?
Hi. Tomorrow we're doing Mix and Vixens at 6. So make sure you check that out on that channel. And then Monday night we have Noted at 11 p.m. I forget what flavor they're doing.
I know I've got an episode coming up at some point.
I want to say it's Elderflower.
Oh, they're doing Elderflower.
We just did Cookies and Biscuits last week.
Which was a fantastic episode.
Yeah. So I think it's Elderflower, so they'll have a lot of recipes to share. And
Yeah,
then
because
other than
there's...
that, I watch every show that there is, pretty much. So you'll see me in chat. That's it.
All right, let's throw it over to the deadliest mixer in the galaxy. How many mixes did you come up with on this brief time in the show? Like 6, 7?
No, none.
None?
I've been enjoying my strawberry kiwi gin.
That's a great combination of flavors.
You can find me at the links there, and Tuesdays and Fridays on Fresh's channel.
Hell yeah.
I wanted
Love
to
having you, Larry.
confirm, It is Elderflower and Concrete River should be on.
That's a good dude for Elderflower.
Yep, very much so.
If you guys want to experience the driest sense of humor in the vape community, Concrete River cracks me up. He's a hell of a guy.
I love him.
I've gotten to meet him in person several times, and he's amazing.
Isn't he huge?
He's a big dude.
Like super tall.
There's a picture of me and Concrete River standing next to each other.
He's a
And that's why Emily will never be forgiven.
Yeah, because she's called you a name that will not be named.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, she kept making fun of me.
Yeah.
I don't get mad about people saying stuff about me. She just kept going. For the rest of the show.
I just want Rick to hold me.
She's the worst.
Rick could hold most of us like babies, and it would look appropriate.
He's a good hugger.
He is a good hugger. He's a good hugger and a great guy, and couldn't ask for a better guy to talk about Elderflower. He'll educate you. Sweet.
Just hold me and whisper secrets about flavors.
Huh.
You gotta use a lemon.
Max, get some Yakima hops up inside you.
Yeah.
So all right, let's throw it over to the one of our most educated tobacco people that we've got here on the show today. Let's throw it over to Slashy, the man with the weirdest mixes in the community, but they somehow turn out amazing.
That's really about it, huh? They somehow work.
Well, you spent a long ass time on getting them right, so.
A few of them, yeah, they were not one night mixes, that's for sure. To get a little more, I guess, serious, we know we have a lot of stuff going on in our world environment, but some things have been popping up in like small niche communities. So I guess one of the biggest things that I would want to say is don't be afraid to speak out and report if you or someone you know are a victim of like sexual harassment or assault or anything of that nature. It's becoming a very big deal right now in one of the communities I'm in, and it's a big deal overall, but it's surfacing in more and more places, and more people are coming out, which is great because, you know, these things need to be fixed. So, you know, reach out, find some help, let people know what's going on. If you or anyone you know is a victim of this, and help them. Like I said, a little more serious, but it's something that a lot of people deal with, and a lot of people don't know that a lot of people deal with it. So, yeah, go make sure you help someone if they need it.
Yep. And if you are helping someone in that scenario, I will throw this out. Be as supportive as they let you be.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try and turn their life over and be there every second for them. Be there as much as they let you be, because a lot of times that type of situation has traumatized the hell out of them, and they don't want you coming around and hugging and being touchy and whispering words of encouragement. They want to kind of deal with things themselves, and they'll open up eventually. So be as supportive as someone will let you be, and that goes for pretty much everything. Be as supportive as someone is going to allow you to be. Don't cross boundaries, especially in some sort of scenario like that. Yep. Let's throw it over to the other doctor of tobacconomics that we had today. What's up, Max? We need a shirt like that for you and Slashy, the doctors of tobacconomics.
Yeah.
I'd wear it.
I mean, we do know a guy.
We gotta get doctor's coat.
Yeah.
Yes, but we could do like an earthy brown to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like white lettering.
Yeah.
Just like one of the little Flavora leaves.
Yes.
We got a big show coming up on Thursday. We're gonna do the blind remix live on Developed. Gonna be doing Don Juan's Reserve. So
Ooh.
I got that coming in Monday, so I will be the one who will be not blind, the one with sight. I'm gonna be the one who tries it, and then they're gonna have to mix it up, and I'm gonna tell them how close they get at the end of the show, and then I don't know, it's gonna turn into something else after that. We'll probably really try to nail it, but blind remix on Thursday.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Sounds fun.
All right, and that's everybody. So we will, I'm going to be on Daytime Frank's show later. If you guys, Chevy Man put it out there, Wire Talk with Big G. Usually he has like Nick Devine and Sherlock Ohms on. Great coil makers, fantastic builders. If you're looking to get into advanced builds, go hang out with them. They'll probably be bullshit more than anything, but they will throw a couple coils out most likely. Great builders, great people to hang out with if you're looking for a show to hang out with on Saturday nights. Same thing with Daytime Frank. Daytime Frank always runs a really good show. I'm assuming we'll be talking a lot about Australia, probably a lot about Georgia. Georgia got off light. 7% tax. I mean, at this point in the game, you fucking take that.
Yeah.
You take that and you run. And we talked about that before, that the government's doing a lot of the, I will give you you can either pick the wrench or the stick. Which one are you going to take? And at this point, you can't be Goodwill Hunting and say, I take the wrench because fuck them. At this point, you can't do that. So I take a 7% tax and run with it, because that is not bad. Yeah, then we'll be live on Wendy's show on Monday, and then Tuesday we're starting the new format for Fresh from the Kitchen, what I talked about earlier. So the first week we'll be covering strawberries, custards, additives for your strawberry custards to try and make them as good as possible, and then at the end of the month we're going to get we'll get Concrete River because he's super strawberry blind, and we'll have him come in and talk strawberry custards. No, we're not going to get Concrete River. I'll see if there's somebody that I've got somebody in mind to come in and talk. And if we can't do it, we'll move on to the next profile. But starting the new month-long format on Tuesday, and should be good times. That's all I've got. Everybody, be beautiful to each other. Educate, advocate, be good for this community. I will see you on that next one. Who haven't I got in a while? Dimlin, have I gotten you for Stew Me Out?
I get
for a
too
while.
nervous. No.
Not for a while, Dimlin.
As you go through your day, make sure you mask up and do all of the hand washings and stuff, and be nice to people out there. And remember, there's always a smile underneath the mask, and then that helps out. And get off your butts and vape.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.